every year.
Martin Hammerer, our international chief route setter from Austria, also Jamie Cassidy, international route setter from the UK, and then Chris Dickinson. Jeremy Martin and Mark Wilson, all of the USA route setters. First yesterday with 85 we won number 3 for our semifinal this morning. We now have 6 men and 6 gear. 12 for this final round. Of course.
And it's a very warm welcome from me, Johnny Bryan. I welcome you to Vail, USA. Vail is a mecca for winter sports here in North America, but of course we're in the middle of the summer. This is June, and this is now part of the GoPro Mountain Games. It's a 4-day sporting festival. And Bouldering is one of the jewels in the crown of this sporting festival that takes place here every June in Vail. Now, this is in its 6th year, and over the last couple of years, this event has belonged to 2 Austrian athletes in particular. Have a guess who? Kilian and Anna STÖHR have dominated this event in the last couple of years, and they will be among the favourites here in Vail, especially on the back of their victory in Hamilton only a week or so ago. One other story to mention, Alex PUCCIO. 4 years ago, she won her maiden World Cup title, and she hasn't won any since then. But no doubt, this Colorado crowd will be behind the home state girl. She looks to try and double her World Cup tally. There are 85 athletes on show here over the next couple of days, and could it be one of them writing another piece of climbing history? Welcome to this IFSC Bouldering World Cup here in Vail, Colorado, USA. And hello to you and welcome to the final of this IFSC Bouldering World Cup here in Vail, Colorado, USA. 85 athletes came and now only 12 remain to fight it out for bouldering gold. Delighted to be joined for this final alongside John Partridge and Alex Johnson. And John, you should be in for a thrilling final.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a fantastic weekend so far, qualifications and semi-finals, leading up to the top 6 in each category. We've got a wide representation of all the nationalities, a really strong field. It's going to be a fantastic final.
Alex, what are your expectations?
Oh, I've recently found not to have high expectations, especially with guys, but this field here in the climbing, the problems, John and I went around and had a look at the problems, and the problems look exceptionally hard. The climbers are really going to have to kind of pull something out, and I'd like to see some tops, but the climbs look really hard.
Well, let's chat about all the athletes in general. Let's start about the women first of all. Shauna COXSEY made the semi-final by getting only 2 bonus holds. Remarkable.
Yeah, fantastic effort from Shauna, considering she's got a quite substantial knee injury going on at the moment, so I know she's super excited to be in the final. She's had a bit of a sleep back home, and yeah, she'll be raring to go.
Well, Shauna must be thinking to herself, even though she's got lucky, she's going to try and make the most of it.
Yeah, it was a pretty outrageous semi-finals round, being able to get in with just 2 bonus holds. I'm sure a lot of the climbers came down not topping any problems and were like, oh, well, that was the worst round ever. I didn't qualify for finals, but surprisingly, like, they got in.
The second athlete out in the women will be Alex PUCCIO. How much pressure might she be under but trying to perform on this home crowd?
PUCCIO, I feel like, will have a lot of pressure, but she does do the entire World Cup circuit, so she's pretty confident. She makes finals a lot. I think she'll be all right. I think she'll feed off the crowd and the energy, and I think it'll go pretty well.
Do any of these problems suit Alex?
Yeah, I mean, this wall itself, I think, suits Alex. She's been working very hard during the European circuit and in Sheffield on her technique, so the vertical climbing, that'll suit her well. And then when she gets stuck into these roof climbs, I think it's going to be exciting to see.
One climb that's gone under the radar a little in this competition, Akiyo Noguchi. Been very quiet, but you can't say a dark horse. 13 World Cups to her name, and she will be among the favourites.
Absolutely, you know, Akiyo is the only Japanese competitor in the final. Unusual, we normally get a couple of guys in as well, but yeah, she's been climbing fantastically well all season, looking for a victory today, and yeah, I think certainly one to watch.
What do you think she'll need to do, Alex? Usually the American style of climbing doesn't often suit Akiyo. These walls are really steep, and she's a really strong climber, but I think she'll have to try really hard, especially on the really steep climbs, and kind of bear down. Japanese tend to be really confident on small holds, so I think she'll do well on some of the crimpier problems.
Another fellow countryman of yours, Angela PAYNE, one of the few women only to top out in the semi-final. She'll be full of confidence.
Yes, Angie is so excited to just be in finals. I think she's going to have a really good time. How she ends up at this point, I mean, honestly, it's a bonus, but Angie doesn't care. She's in finals and she's just going to have fun.
Pressure's off her, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, for all the athletes, the primary focus is to make finals. So there is just the pressure that they put on themselves to perform. And once they get out, they view the problems, they'll go back into isolation, regroup, and then they'll just come out and have fun with it.
Fifth climber out will be Juliane WURM. Great semi-final for her, wasn't it?
Just fantastic. She was the only girl to top 2 boulders, climbed very, very well. Coming off the back of a disappointing competition in Canada, yeah, she looked on form, beating Anna to first place in the semi-finals.
You must have watched a lot of bouldering this year, Alex. How much have you seen Julie improve from last year?
I think she's doing a lot better this year. She does really well in Vail. This setting style suits her, and I think that she's comfortable on this type of power climbing, and I think she's going to do well tonight.
Final climber out. 18 World Cups to her name, I should say. Winner here in Vail the past 2 years. Coming off full of confidence in Toronto. Anna STÖHR. She's your winner, didn't she?
Yes, again, Anna down to the wire on the last problem, put in a fantastic turn. She's an enigma. She's just absolutely incredible, and yeah, I'm sure she'll be vying for another win today.
Is she the one to beat?
You could say this field is so strong and everyone's so consistently in finals. This group of girls and guys specifically, they're so consistently in finals that it could be anyone's game.
Well, let's talk about the men before I ask you for a prediction on both of them. Let's talk about the men first of all. Jorg VERHOEVEN, again another one scraping through. We watched that semi-final, John, and on our first problem, it should have been bread and butter to him, but in the end, he did get through, and again, another one will try and make the most of coming in 6th place.
Yeah, I mean, he worked hard for it in the semi-finals. The first boulder, obviously, should have been elementary for him. He struggled with it, but kept his calm and pulled it back in the final leg. It was an excellent round from him.
Second last week was Jorg. Alex, can he go one better?
I think so. I do.
We'll keep that very, very brief now, won't we?
Profound.
Well, let's go talk about one of your countrymen then, Paul Robinson. Now, well known on the outdoor circuit, but not really known to bouldering. Tell us a bit more about him.
Yep, Paul's taking a brief break from competition climbing lately, the last year or two, and it's really cool to see him back in the game, especially making finals in the World Cup. I don't think he was in finals at our bouldering nationals, so it's cool to see him kind of like jump up into finals here, and it's going to be really exciting. The crowd is going to really root for Paul here. He's the only male American in finals, so I think the crowd's going to be really behind Paul.
Will he draw on this crowd to get behind him?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't help but get inspired when the crowd's behind you. The music's going to be loud. He's in his home country. Yeah, all to play for him.
Rustam GELMANOV will be the 3rd climber out from Russia. 4 World Cups to his name. I've been spending a lot of time with Rustam this week. I've been sharing an apartment with him. He hasn't the best season so far. I don't think he's yet to podium, in fact. Could it be his day today?
Yeah, with all the guys, you know, it's so hard to pick a winner. We've had some very consistent people, Dmitrii and Kilian, but yeah, Rustam on his day is unstoppable, and he's proved that in the past, the old Gelmanator, and hopefully we'll see him out tonight.
What do you think's been the difference, Alex, from Rustam 12 months ago to now?
I think with the Russians, specifically Rustam, they try to peak at the World Championships. I've seen this before. They kind of float through the season like consistently in and out of finals, like on and off the podium, and then when the World Championships come around every other year, the Russians are peaking.
Fellow Russian, Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV, will follow him. 3 world titles to his name. Is he, I wouldn't like to say a dark horse because he's a triple world champion, but can he do some damage here today?
Oh yeah, Dmitrii is one of the strongest climbers I've ever seen on plastic. He's insane. His hands are so strong. Like, give him anything and I think he'll be able to hold on to it. I'm looking forward to watching him try men's number 4. It looks impossible.
What's your thoughts on Dmitrii and this tournament?
Yeah, Dmitrii is truly unstoppable, really, on his day. He struggled similarly to Jorg on the first boulder in the semi-finals, but you just look at him on the second boulder where he uses his knowledge and experience, using a mono hold to make a slightly easier sequence. Yeah, I think he's another one out of all of the 6 guys that we need to be watching.
5th climbing out will be Sean McCall from Canada. Not the best week for Sean last week on home soil. I think he was a little bit disappointed with his performance on home soil. Has he got over that, first of all?
Yeah, I think Sean had a disappointing result in Canada. You know, he obviously would want to do well, particularly having won his first World Cup earlier in the season, but he's climbing so well and he's becoming so consistent in terms of being a finalist, and that in itself I think he'll be really happy with. But yeah, Sean, he's a true competitor and he'll be wanting to win today.
He won out in La Drogamar earlier this year. Do you think he'd draw on that a little in the back of his mind, knowing he's got the confidence and the ability, and he knows how to win now at bouldering?
For sure. That was the first World Cup Sean's ever won, and he's an incredibly confident climber. He knows how to move. He knows that he can pretty much hang on to anything that the setters put on the wall, and I'm rooting for Sean to do really well. I've known Sean for a long time, and I really like his style of climbing. I like watching him climb, so I hope he does really well.
Finally, 20 World Cups to his name. Winner last week in Toronto, loves Vail, Kilian Fischhuber. Is he going to win?
Yeah.
It's an evil question, isn't it? But I got to ask, he's got so much great form here, doesn't he?
Yeah, and in semi-finals he did look very, very good, very consistent. Doesn't seem to be struggling with the altitude, the amount of traveling, the number of competitions. He's just so experienced, and looking at the boulders, I think they could suit him quite well.
You had a look at the boulders, Alex. Do they suit Kilian's game?
And I don't know if they suit anyone. I don't know if anyone's going to get off the ground at any of these problems. They look so hard.
All right, and I'm going to ask you to nail your colours to the mast. Give me a prediction. 1, 2, 3 of the women.
1, 2, 3 in the women. Okay, I'm going to go for an Anna victory with Akiyo and Juliane GER.
And for the men?
Dmitrii Sean Rustam.
Well, there you go. That's how interesting, Dmitrii.
Pressure. I was under pressure.
You guys have had a look at these problems. Where is this thing going to be won and lost?
Again, if we look at the semi-finals, the people who've done well and the people who haven't, I think the vertical, the slabs, those margin of errors are going to be so small. And those people who are a little bit nervous, maybe the foot slip on the first problem could cost them. You know, we were looking at bonuses for the women's in the semi-finals, so it's going to come down to very small margins, and those people who just keep it together are going to do the best.
How many tops will win this? For both men and women?
1, 2, maybe. They look so
That low, really?
They look so hard. Like, I don't know. I've done a lot of competitions, and these look like the hardest finals problems I've ever seen in any competition.
Do you concur?
They do look difficult. I'm going for two tops in each category.
Well, we got so many athletes still to come. We're still waiting for Timmy O'Neill, our MC, to start introducing the climbers. Should have been at 1:45 of the hour. Looks like there might be a little bit of a delay. I'm just still sticking around. Let's chat about the climbers going on first then. Shauna COXSEY and Jorg Verhoeven. Look at their first problem. The female one is here. Let's talk about Shauna first. How do you tackle this?
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, and I think from the start, the key feature here is the bad footholds. So it's going to be trying to get as much weight through the feet as possible. Yeah, I think if you can get established onto the bonus hold, I think the run to the top should be fairly basic, but looks like a tricky one to start with.
Alex, as an athlete, how would you tackle this one?
Honestly, coming out into finals and having slab be your first problem is unbelievably nerve-wracking. Like, you never want slab to be your first problem because your foot could slip on the first move of the slab. So I think they do this on purpose. The setters throw the slab out first to kind of like shake the climbers up a little bit. And Shauna's a pretty consistent slab climber. She's got a bad leg right now, so there doesn't look to be any right heel hooks on this boulder. So I think she'll do all right.
You're a professional climber. How would you tackle this?
Oh man, as slow as possible. I tend to rush slabs, and that's usually what gets climbers into trouble is when they rush slabs. That's when their feet slip, and you have to go really slow.
Alex PUCCIO has been history in the past, since he's not the best slab climber in the world. Will this be a difficult opening start for her?
Yeah, I think for all the girls it's going to be difficult, but Alex has been working really hard. She's been travelling for a couple of years now on the European circuit. She knows her weaknesses and she's working on them. I think it's unfair to say that she can't do them. I think she can do them, and in front of a home crowd, she'll be buzzing her way to the top.
We're still waiting for the athletes to be introduced. Hopefully it's going to be the next few minutes. So hopefully it looks like there's clock counting down to 3 minutes. So we'll just carry on chatting here. This problem for the women then, who does it suit?
Who does this problem suit? Anna's a really good slab climber. Akiyo. Eula is also a very strong slab climber. I think this problem will be really good for the three of them. Yeah.
Just out of interest, I asked you for your men's prediction. Give me your women's prediction.
For 1, 2, 3? Oh, man. Man. Based off of semifinals, let's go with Eula. She climbed really well. I want Angie on the podium. I do. And Anna, yeah.
And for the men for you?
I'm going to go with the cliche of Dmitrii, Sean and Kilian.
Well, there you go. That's what these guys think. We're just 15 minutes away. We're going to hand you over now to Timmy O'Neill, our MC, who will start introducing the athletes. So we've made our way to the commentary tent, myself, Sean and Alex. Alex, in fact, is just looking after her chihuahua for a second, but this is how the women's line up. Shauna COXSEY will go first, followed by Alex PUCCIO, Akiyo NOGUCHI, Angela PAYNE, Juliane VURM and Anna STÖHR.
Just how big our audience is and get them excited. So on three, I'd like to give them a monster cheer so they can hear it. It can go up over the mountains, ricochet off, and go back behind the wall. Are you guys into that? Are you into that?
And this is how the men will line up. Jorg VERHOEVEN will first, followed by Paul Robertson, Rustam GELMANOV, Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV, Sean McCall and Kilian FISCHHUBER. As you can hear, Timmy O'Neill, the MC, is just whipping this crowd into a frenzy, and he'll start introducing the athletes right now.
Ready for the athlete presentation. So I would like to bring out to center stage here on our World Cup. Please welcome in first place, coming into our final from Team Austria, Anna STÖHR. And come on out to the center there, Anna. And please welcome her compatriot, climbing for Team Austria, Kilian FISCHHUBER. Bring out from Team Germany, Juliane VURM. Keep that applause going. Let's hear it, people. All right, from Team Canada, please welcome Sean McCall. All right, Sean McCall, get out here. All right, please welcome from Team USA, Angela PAYNE. All right, please welcome from Team Russia, Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV. All right, please welcome from Team Japan, Akiyo NOGUCHI. Please welcome from Team Russia, Rustam GELMANOV. Please welcome from Team USA, Alex PUCCIO. Team USA, Paul Robinson. Please welcome from Team Great Britain, Shauna COXSEY. And please welcome from Team Netherlands, Jorg VERHOEVEN. All right, now another monster cheer for these climbers on three. 1, 2, 3. Now that gave me the tingles. That's very, very good. Okay, we'll start our presentations now. We're going to be reviewing our problems with our judges. So what's taking place right now is we have our International Federation of Sport Climbing jury president and IFSC judge going with the male climbers and female climbers to the individual problems. They will talk amongst themselves.
Athletes now been introduced into the arena, and now they'll be looking at all four of the problems. Alex, I'll start with you. Let's look at this men's problem one first of all. Talk us through it.
John and I looked at this one earlier. It's got a decent amount of holes of all the problems that pretty sure. So it's kind of a hard move up to the right. You kind of walk across the slab, and then everyone center 7 jump to that ball. It's got two hoops on it on the top. You can see one white on the right and a black on the left, and then you pop to the top. And a lot of teamwork going on, even though there's not everyone's on the same team. Everyone's working together and reviewing together and figuring out the best way to do it. And I mean, it's a competitive sport, but obviously everyone's still working together.
Yeah, so the guys have got 2 minutes observation time on each problem. So you can see the two Russians there working together, figuring out how they're going to approach the problem. So from the start, the way Alex and I have read it is pulling on the 2 undercuts with your feet on the big white foothold, and then straight away trying to get a foot really high onto the corner of that blue volume. And then from there, you're going to drive up and right into the bonus hold on the right-hand side, shoulder it, and then quite a tricky move onto the silver volume, as Alex was saying, the 2 small crimps on top, and then from there, pouncing straight up to the top.
How difficult is this to start for the men, John?
We were talking about it earlier. I think slabs are the worst thing to come out to as a competitor. Really difficult. So, yeah, not the best one, but certainly one of the easiest.
Now, we were chatting about this before on camera. Female one. Alex, this is a nightmare start if you're a climber in this finals.
Yeah, I'll be honest. If I came out and saw that slab was our first problem, I'd be peeing my pants right now, because you're nervous, you're shaky. No matter how many competitions you've done, you still get nervous. And if you act like you don't get nervous, you're lying. You get nervous. Slabs are scary. Your foot can slip, and no one wants to come out and have their foot slip off the first problem. John and I were looking at women's number 2, which is on the screen right now, and I personally think that this problem looks like one of my favorites of the evening. Women's 2 and 3, I think, look really fun to me. Another slab style one. It's a little bit steeper than the first one. The sequence on this just looks super fun. You start on those 2 big black pinches, work your way out right to the big blue soccer ball, and then you got a good edge. You can't really see it, but the pink tip coming down the bonus hold is a pretty good edge, and you match it and kind of pop up to that little crimp that you can barely see chalk on at the top, and then the top hold is a huge jug, so it's kind of a victory move. You can kind of throw for it, and I think if you're close enough, like, you'll nab it.
Yeah, I think with this female 2 problem, there's a lot of foot options for the girls, a lot of footholds to take in, and I think the more options you have, the more confusion you could potentially get on the problem. So as Alex says, pretty rudimentary start to the problem, traversing across to the bonus hold, and then from there an awkward move to the top of the volume, and then all the way to the finishing jug.
This is men's 2, John. Talk us through it.
Yeah, so this is the most interesting one, I think, for the men. Talking to Martin Hammer and Jamie Cassidy, the chief route setters, it's going to be interesting to see how they approach it. They were saying the easiest way, obviously the competitors can't hear us, they don't know what's going on, is to face outwards. And when you face outwards, you're going to get a lot more drive through the feet, particularly in that upper section. So the guys here, they've all read it as facing forwards, so it's going to be interesting to see if anybody figures that out. So pulling on some pretty average holds at the start in a bridge position, and then going straight up into some rounded crimps, which realistically are only going to be of use for the feet once you get a bit higher. And then, bonus hold, bridge out into the volume, and then a little alley-oop for the top finishing hold.
Who does this benefit, this problem?
This looks like a Rustam problem to me. I think if the guys can get up through this, we could see quite a few tops. The bottom definitely looks like the trickiest part. So rolling on to men's number 3. We've got the guys checking out men's 3, and this one looked quite confusing to me. I don't know, what did you think, John?
Yeah, the third problem here looks like it's probably going to suit Rustam really well, I think. Lots of crimps in the roof. Once you get established into the volumes towards the lip, final white holds are very good. So I think the meat of the problem is really going to be figuring out how to utilize those volumes and get the weight through the feet.
Alex, you've been in many finals before, and you've seen this observation time, and a lot of guys help each other. But have you ever seen or ever known of an instance that somebody is given a bit of a bluff?
I don't think it's that uncommon. Nothing specific's coming to my head, and everyone works together. And I do think that people not intentionally maybe, but withhold their option B or their option C. Like if something doesn't work, maybe they're plan B. I don't know, everyone talks about it together, and usually the problems are straightforward enough that no one knows everything that that like something, no one knows something that no one else knows. I will say though, Vail 2009, the World Cup here in 2009, Alex PUCCIO and I were in finals together, and the rest of the Euros previewed the climb together. No one was speaking English. PUCCIO and I previewed the climb much differently than they did, and it was very, very clear when we came out, when all of the Europeans flipped upside down and went feet first, and PUCCIO and I dynoed. So it was definitely very apparent that we did not preview together, and that could have been one of those instances where they were like, oh, we're not going to tell these stupid Americans, but whatever, we're brilliant enough to just jump through it.
So yeah, this female 3 problem from the start. They're going to pull on the undercuts and roll to the orange crimp. Shoulder the orange crimp into the blue pinch on the top right-hand corner, and then we've read it as swinging left hand underneath to the blue jug, left hand to the bonus, and then a really hard move up to the right orange purple, and then keep it together on the really small holds to the top.
The women have made their way to problem 4, Alex. This could be the one that can decide where the World Cup goes to. Who does it suit?
This problem looks so hard. John and I previewed it, and we talked to some of the route setters, and this is the problem that the route setters are the most nervous about. There's a really hard stopper move for the girls. They start 2 white side pulls, make their way onto the triangle volume with the 2 crimps on the top. They cross right hand to a purple jib, a little crimp, left hand to a little white crimp, and then they have to cross left again, kind of roll out. Their feet are gonna cut, they're gonna face the crowd, hold the bonus hold, and then try to come in, and the top looks V8 in itself.
It's okay, Alex. The reason why I just pinched the mic off here, because everybody's not even looking at the wall right now. Everyone's looking at the sky, and we've just figured out why. There we go. We have a parachutist there heading their way towards this final, and I think he's going to land on the soccer field just to the next of the wall. He's just on his way down. He's about 300, 400 feet in the air right now and just coming into land. And that's what everybody was watching right now, so they've timed it beautifully, John.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody's missed the presentation or not, but yeah, they're coming in to watch now. So if we turn to men's 4 now, this is similarly to women's 4. Looks like the really hard problem. Straight off the deck, they're pulling on a left-hand undercut with a right-hand crimp. They're going to roll over to a really poor sloper with the right hand, and then the meat of the problem really kicks in. They've got 2 white volumes, and then a really hard double clutch onto a blue volume. And I think once they get onto that bonus hold on the corner of the blue volume, the 2 moves towards the top are going to be pretty basic. But yeah, it's certainly, from our perspective, the 4th problem seemed like the one that's really going to sort them out.
The crowd beginning to stream in here in Vail. And the men and the women are leaving the stage. Just to remind you, if you are on Twitter, you want to get in touch, or you got a question for John or Alex during commentary, drop as a tweet with the hashtag IFSCWC. I already see that a few already have. Ashley Scott, go Shauna. Brooke Wheatley, you got this, Paul. John James, come on, Shauna. So many of you getting in touch on Twitter. It's an absolute joy to have you here, wherever you are in the world. 3 minutes past 5 here, local time. I know it's late in Europe. It's gone midnight in the UK. It's gone 1 a.m. out in Europe as well. But wherever you're watching, it's an absolute joy to have you here. Johnny Bryan alongside John Partridge and Alex Johnson for this IFSC Bouldering World Cup here in Vail, Colorado, USA. Alex, you've been in many a final. How nervous are these last few minutes?
I would actually say the finals round is the least nerve-wracking round. There's nowhere else to advance to. It's the round that you can be the most relaxed in. I would say that semifinals is the most nerve-wracking because you cut from 20 to 6. That's a huge cut, and it can be anyone's game in the semifinals. So once you're in finals, you're kind of just cruising, I'd say.
Yeah, I think finals is all about coming out and having fun. You know, you've done the hardest part. You've qualified from 2 rounds into the final top 6. You know, you've got a great crowd, great atmosphere, and you've had a chance to preview the problems as well. And I think that makes a big difference for the finalists. You know, they've got that ability to concentrate in isolation on a specific thing. You know, the next problem that's coming, rather than the unknown that the semi-finals and qualifications of on-site climbing. So that's a real advantage for them.
And of course, just to remind you, 4 minutes plus for all these climbers. If they start their climb and the buzzer goes, they are allowed to complete. If they start, they are allowed to finish. That's the way this works. 4 problems between them and victory. You've already said your predictions. Send us yours on Twitter as well. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I was just going to say on that note with the 4+, I think certainly on the men's groove problem where they can bridge in and get stuck in, we'll probably see quite a few of the guys getting on like 3:59 and taking a few seconds just to compose themselves before one final go. They'll really try and maximise that 4+. Having said that, you know, they've been climbing for 2 rounds. The altitude, they will be fitting it. But you know, the motivation from all of these guys having made it into finals, they'll just be super excited and want to give the crowd a good show.
Ben Winstanley tweets, rooting for Sean McCall and Shauna Coxsey in Vail, watching live on IFSC.TV.
Yes, we do.
Great to have you
Absolutely
watching, Ben.
do.
So many people have made their way from the main village of Vail here on the outskirts of town. The bank across from where our commentary position is full. There's so many people watching in the car park here as well. There are 5-10 deep ahead of this final, and Alex, it's a great atmosphere that will see when the American climbers come out to play.
It is a great atmosphere. The crowd's been really loud lately. The bummer of this year and last year is that the wall is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and the reason being the old area was under construction or something, and it's a huge bummer that we're out so far away from the rest of the events and all the booths. We don't get as many passers-by just kind of walking by to stop and check out the event. The years 2009, 2010, 2010, we had huge crowds because the wall was right in the middle of downtown, and although the crowd is really psyched and everyone's really loud here, it's a pretty small crowd because we're so far away from everything else, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it took me at least 2 minutes to walk from the coffee shop here earlier, so, you know, that's a bit of a negative. But, you know, the crowd is definitely filling up. They're all coming up from town. A lot of cyclists coming from that event. Yeah, I mean, I'd say we've got a good few thousand spectators here. They're all going to be cheering on everybody. We've got a big, strong USA representation in the final, so they'll give the crowd something to cheer. But I think we're in for a fantastic final.
Well, we're 7 minutes past the start time here in Vail. I'm not sure what the delay is, but no doubt the climbers will be out momentarily. Last minute nerves, last minute glitches. Rustam GELMANOV was making a Chinese tea for myself and producer Mike before. It's his high energy drink before he starts.
All these little secrets, Johnny. I'm going to be taking these home with me. You know, I'm going to be picking your brains. Chinese tea.
Was there any superstition you used to have, Alex, before the final?
I think so. I'm a Coca-Cola Taco Bell girl, so I don't know.
I think the whole delay round the back might be the competitors getting warm. The final warming up area in Vail is very poor. Got very small warm up facilities, but here they come. They're out.
And this final is officially underway. Shauna Coxsey heads out onto the arena floor, and as does Jorg Verhoeven. 4 minutes each climber will have, and we'll keep it posted on both of these climbers.
Yeah, so big walk across the mat for Shauna Coxsey there. She's making her way onto the first boulder, these really bad slopey footholds. She's going to mantle up to the first crimp. Let's see how she gets on. We've got Jorg straight away securing the zone there. Fantastic effort from him. Figuring out the right foot on the corner of the volume, and now he's got the hard jump move across onto the volume. Similarly, Shauna Coxsey, very sure and steady here on the start. She won't want to make any mistakes with that knee injury she's got, so she'll be keen to top these as quick as possible.
Yes, Shauna struggling with this knee injury of hers, but it looks like a decent start from her, Alex.
Yeah, she's definitely off to a really good start. She's got the bonus on her first try, and that's always a really stressful thing to do. She looks really smooth right now. I think she'll go to the top.
Yeah, she's looking really strong, confident on these footholds. She's got nice and high now, and the top hold is good. She's going to need to go to it as sort of a wrap.
Great start.
Fantastic.
Great start there from Shauna Coxsey. Flashing it on her first go. What knee injury?
Yeah, well, I think this was the one that Shauna would probably want to come out to first. You know, she's a very good technical climber. No heel hooks, no toe hooks to be found. She'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, she's going back into ISO. Really relaxed now. Coming out, flashing the first problem, and it just eases the stress of everything so much.
Jorg, in the meantime, struggling a little on this first climb, John.
Yeah, the transfer from the bonus hold is really difficult. We were talking to Jamie Cassidy, and he was saying that the easiest way is to do a double clutch jump across onto the volume. This left foothold that he's smearing on there is bad, and as you can see there, that's the method Jamie was talking about. But you're just falling short on those crimps. As soon as he grabs those though, left foot onto the white screw on, and he'll be straight at the top.
2 minutes to go here for Jorg. A little bit of frustration setting in early here. 4 minutes each climber has, just to remind you. And of course, if they start with 4 or 5 seconds to go, they are allowed to finish their attempt, even if the buzzer goes. 1.5 minutes to go for the Dutchman. But again, though, John, he'll be delighted of making a final once again.
Yeah, Jorg's had a fantastic season. He's been so much more consistent than in previous years. I think this is maybe the 4th final from recollection that he's been in this year. He's had a 2nd place in Hamilton, obviously, last weekend. So he's absolutely buzzing and enjoying his climbing right now.
It's really cool to see Jorg in the finals in bouldering for me. He's been predominantly a lead competitor in the years leading up to this, and this is I haven't seen him doing a lot of Bouldering World Cups in the years before this, so it's really cool to see Jorg not only competing in the Bouldering World Cups, but also making finals. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, Jorg's got such a nice style as well. I really like watching him. He's a very technical climber. He's got great endurance, but he's also powerful when he needs to. So it's really good, particularly in the semi-finals. We saw him struggling on the slab problem, but then coming through with great endurance and strength in the steeper problems.
He's got under half a minute to go on this first problem as the Dutchman. So many love on Twitter right now for Shauna COXSEY after flashing that first problem. She'll be delighted with that start, but it's a struggling start here for the Dutchman.
Yeah, I mean, we did say at the start it's a technical climb. It's a really difficult one. If you can get the weight through the feet in this altitude, generally the first go is the best one. And as the more goes you have, the more fatigue that you're going to have, and the more difficult it's going to be. So I think the key is to get them done quickly and be really confident.
I think the key for Shauna is just that she's trying to climb like me.
Well, you won a World Cup, Alex.
I'm older than her, so I'm probably her role model.
Last roll of the dice for Verhoeven, and unfortunately he comes up with snake eyes and not the double six he wanted. So not the best start for the Dutchman with a failure there, but delight for the climber from Runcorn, England, Shauna COXSEY, flashing her first problem. Second climber's out.
Yep, and here we go. First competitor from Team USA, it's Alex Puccio. Needs no introduction on the scene. She'll be looking forward to getting this slab out of the way. And then similarly, we've got Paul Robinson. Let's see what these guys can do.
Lots of love in the crowd right now. We've got 2 American competitors out, Paul Robinson and Alex Puccio. The crowd's going to go crazy. Puccio and Paul, I've known them for a really long time. I've got nothing but like really good wishes for them, and I think the crowd is really going to love having, throughout the entire rest of the night, 2 Americans climbing at the same time. That's really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. The atmosphere here is great, and Paul making an interesting start. He's chosen to put his left foot on to roll over to the bonus hold. Excellent move from him there, just hopping his right hand on, but he's got a difficult foot swap now. I'm not sure what he's going to do. Similarly, Alex there, just struggling with the footholds on the start, adopting a slightly more dynamic method than Shauna. Shauna was mantling up on that big orange volume. Full for Paul there.
And a struggling start for Paul Robinson, Alex.
That foot switch looks really tricky. John and I went around and looked at the boulders earlier, and we couldn't exactly figure out how they intended to sort of force that transition. The foot match looks, I mean, you can see the close-up on that foot right now. It's tiny. There's no texture on it, so I think they want to do more of a jump, more of a dynamic move to that gray volume, and not the slow step over. So we'll see what the guys can come up with for that move.
Yeah, I think the key to this problem is getting the right foot on straight from the start. Paul hopped his left foot on, which allowed him to get the bonus hold easily, but I think for the next move, and you can see here he's changed his mind. Now he's secured the bonus hold. He's more confident to adopt the methodology that will probably work better.
Yes, a bit of a struggling start this for both climbers from the United States. Alex Puccio has taken 3 goes here, Alex, and she's struggling.
I'm watching on the screen, and I think what she has to do is, like I said earlier, slow it down. As a slab, you have to go really slow. I think she's going to have to press up on that orange start hold, mantle it out, and get a foot on. I think jumping to the crimp, she's strong, but I don't think that's going to work. I think she has to mantle and go slow. Paul's up and getting the bonus here. Let's see if he can do this super precarious foot switch here and get over to the ball.
Yeah, I think Alex just found the right method there. She needs to turn her hand into a mantle so she can get all her weight onto her palm, and really then the feet become redundant. You could just about see on your screens there, those black smears for the feet are really bad, and the key, she really just needs to get up on her arms, be confident, and press it out, and there we go.
There it is. Pooch figured out the right method there. It took her a couple tries, but she isn't afraid to try something different. If something's not working, she doesn't get tunnel vision and try it over and over and over again. She's not afraid to try something new, and I think that's something that you have to be able to think on the fly like that, especially in finals like this.
Absolutely. And now she's up and established. She's absolutely rocketing through here. I'm sure she's going to put her toe on and go for the top now.
Yes, this will be the start the American is looking for. Great start from Alex Puccio. Took it a few goes, but she's on the scoreboard.
It's really great to see Puccio top this. What's unfortunate is you have to be so spot on. Like, we saw Shauna COXSEY come out and flash the first boulder, and because Puccio took so many tries, it's gonna dock her a lot, and she knows that she knows she could have flashed it, and you just gotta be spot on. You have to come out and execute. You can't kind of like screw around at the beginning like that.
Yeah, we were talking earlier, and I was saying, Johnny asked me how this comp was going to go and how it would made and broken, and I think, yeah, just those little mistakes are the things that are going to cost you. So she's, I think, 1 in 3 there, compared to Shauna's 1 in 1.
I know from experience that you can't mess around.
Yeah.
It's 1 in 5 for Puccio, in fact. 1 in 1 for Shauna at the moment. Paul Robinson, last roll of the dice.
Yeah, he's up, and he had a really good effort on the last go. Just missing out on the crimps, but let's see if he can latch it this time.
This jump just looks so hard for the guys. The holds on that volume are tiny. They're little screw-ons. They're not in cut at all. They're actually slopey. So that jump looks really hard to do. I don't think it's impossible. I think we're going to see Rustam, Dmitrii, and maybe Kilian, possibly Sean. I think this boulder is going to see some tops.
Yeah, for sure. I think this one, the route setters have to set something difficult to challenge these guys, and those competitors who can relax and come out and just think about things slightly better. So here goes Rustam, straight up onto the foothold, securing the bonus hold.
Yeah, GELMANOV not wasting any time on this problem.
Akiyo taking her time on the right-hand side. Straight away, she's seen that it's going to be some kind of mantle, so she's prepping her hands and then deciding which way she's going to tackle the footholds.
One thing that's really interesting, I don't know if we want to bring this up, but specifically between the men and the women is like Puccio is one of the very bigger, more powerful climbers, and Shauna and Anna, they're bigger and they're powerful, even Angie, and you don't see a lot of the really tiny, kind of like really skinny girls doing the powerful problems like this. And Rustam, I will say, when I met him, was a lot bigger, and he looks like he's lost a lot of weight, and I don't know if it's affected his climbing in a positive way or a negative way, but I mean, obviously he's in finals, but he's a lot skinnier than I remember him. And what do you guys think about that?
But he's up, and
well, he's up in the meantime. Sorry, Johnny. He's up in the meantime. GELMANOV now looking to stamp his authority on this final. Noguchi as well. An excellent climb from GELMANOV. Fingertips on one, and he's up on the second. Great start from the Russian, and a great start from the Japanese Noguchi as well. Them two will be delighted, Alex.
Yeah, they're definitely really excited. I'm not surprised at all that Rustam caught that jump and topped the boulder. That doesn't surprise me at all. And Akiyo, always a consistent slab climber, a very smart competitor. I'm not surprised at all that those two topped the boulders.
No, it's a great effort from Rustam there, choosing also to adopt the right foot high rockover method. Jamie Cassidy and Martin Hammer said that it does also go as a mantle, but you can see here we got Angie and Dmitrii ready to come out, and let's see how they fare.
Yes, indeed. Fourth climbers out. Alex Johnson just applauded as Angie Payne just comes into the arena, and Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV, a climber that needs no introduction. Let's chat about Angie Payne first, Alex. She'll be loving this final.
She is having a blast already. One of my very, very, very closest friends. I'm so excited that Angie's in finals. I'm gonna have to like give the mic away to someone else so I can scream. Also really exciting to watch Dmitrii climb. I think he's definitely one of the strongest competitors in the world. So this is gonna be a really exciting round for me. Ooh yeah, okay, I'm excited.
So Angie's straight up off the start holds, matching up on this crimp. I think if she can lean out onto this hold and grab the next good crimp, she'll be well on her way for a good top.
Yes, Shauna COXSEY topped, flashed his first problem, as did Noguchi. SHARAFUTDINOV won't flash his first problem.
Yep, Dmitrii just falling short there on the double, just slightly shy of those crimps. Dimitrii's got such good contact strength though, so as soon as he latches them, he's going to be fine.
Good start there for Angie Payne from the United States. Will she join the club that COXSEY and Noguchi have just entered?
Yep, great effort from Angie so far. Just needs to get this left foot on the good crimp. Here she goes, into the next pinch. Well held from her, and now she just needs to keep her cool and tag in the top hold.
Come on, Angie. Alex Johnson, Angie. May have put the commentator's curse on that one, so near yet so far, but she knows how to do it now.
Yeah, I think the toe hook was a bad idea. All the girls that did it before her kind of did a little hop to the final hold. It's slopey, but it's not possible to grab. It's a pretty good sloper. I think hopefully next time she gets up there, she'll be able to kind of pop to it and not
and then we see Dimitrii's contact strength I was talking about there with a little 1-2, and he's choosing to do the jump method.
Oh wow!
Fantastic.
Beautifully done by the triple world champion, SHARAFUTDINOV.
I think it's great to see all the different competitors go about the problems in a different way. We had Rustam choosing to do a high right foot rock over, slightly higher percentage move, less chance of him falling, whereas Dmitrii confident on the crimps and just slam dunking the top.
I think Dimitrii's going to be a little frustrated there that he didn't nab the jump on his first go, but a top is a top, and I mean these events do come down to attempts, but all you can hope for is a top.
Absolutely, yeah, the top is the key thing here, and Angie had such a good flash go there. I think she just needs to keep her cool and take her time for another attempt.
She's still got time in hand, 90 seconds in all. Currently, Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV leads the men's competition with one top from two, one bonus from one. Tied with GELMANOV, but of course SHARAFUTDINOV with the better count back.
I am being no help when Angie is climbing. I'm panicking up here. I'm so nervous. I can't see the actual wall. There's a huge, I don't know, thing in the way. So I have to watch on the screen, and I'm so nervous.
Yeah, she's making great progress though. She's got back up onto the difficult part. She can just get onto this right hand orange hold. I think she'll be, needs to keep her cool, take a breath, and then go for this final hold.
I really think she can nab this. Angie's one of the strongest female climbers in the world. She was the first woman to climb V13. I don't think the toe hook is the right idea. I think you should just jump, please just jump.
This is the thing, just these little errors and the confidence to go for a hold can be the difference between topping or not, and Angie just struggling here, but she's got 30 seconds left. You know, she's got time for one more good go, and I'm sure she'll run the clock down to a few seconds before pulling on.
A massive groan from the crowd as Angie Payne fell to the mat. They're right behind the American here. Last roll of the dice for Payne this time.
Yep.
Alex Johnson's nailing her colours to the mast right next to me, nearly deafening me in fact.
And she's just taking her time for another go there. So we're into the 4+ now, so if she falls off, it will be her last go and she'll have to go back into isolation without the top.
So here we go, Angie Payne asking the crowd to get behind her, and they respond in kind.
Yeah, so she knows the sequence, she knows what to do. Hopefully she can have the confidence just to really stand up on the foot and go all the way to the final hold.
All or nothing for Payne. Crowd really behind it, but not far enough there, Alex.
You could see every one of her muscles flexing during that move when she tried holding that swing. Stuck her toe in the bolt hole in the wall to try to use it as a foothold, but I think the swing was just too great.
Yep, so we can see the next two competitors ready to come out. We've got Sean McCall and Juliane GER, looking cool, calm and collected as always. Big run across the mat for Juliane, and Sean steps out and his final's underway.
Both these climbers picking up their maiden bouldering World Cup titles this season. McCall out in Le Drogamar, WURM out in Innsbruck. They know how to win now. Can they make it a double of the season?
I mean, they've both had such incredible seasons this year. To get another one under their belts would just be fantastic. Juliane just so confident on this start position here. She's climbing so well at the moment. Sean with a little slip on the start, but I'm sure he'll figure it out. Just taking his time to prep the foothold there.
How much confidence, Alex, will Julie take from not just a win in Innsbruck, but from the semi-final earlier today when she was only one of two climbers to top 2 holes?
I think Yulia's climbing really, really confidently right now. She looks really strong. She doesn't look like she's cruising this. She's not slowing down at all. I think she feels really good. I think she's riding the high, and I mean, she's crushing.
What a start from the German!
Yeah, I mean, you can see the difference there between Juliane and Angie. Juliane was just so confident on her feet and really just went for that top hold, wrapping both hands onto it. Fantastic effort from her. Meanwhile, on men's one, Sean McCall just struggling with this first section. Plenty of time left. I'm sure he'll figure it out.
The climbers are back behind the wall, so they can hear the crowd. Sean knows that Dmitrii and Rustam have topped this boulder, so he, in his head, thinks he can do it, and I think that he'll do it. That was super profound, I know.
He's just taking his time now. He's chosen to put the left foot on to make sure he secures the bonus, but you can just see there, you know, a climber of Sean's caliber really struggling to just stand on his feet. That just shows how bad that foothold is. Obviously, he's nervous, a little bit jittery. Just confirming something with the judge.
I think he's confirming if he got the bonus or not. I don't know. I can't read lips. No, he did not get the bonus.
But he has 2 minutes to solve this first problem. The men's competition currently being led by Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV of Russia, tied with Rustam GELMANOV on the same sum, but SHARAFUTDINOV with the better countback currently, and Juliane WURM of Germany currently leads the women's competition. Tied the same as Akiyo Noguchi and Shauna COXSEY with the better countback.
Sean's really struggling with this first boulder, which is unusual for him. Normally he's so good at getting onto his feet and standing up strong. I can only just think that he can't find the right body position, but he's got the right method. He's just obviously his priority is to secure the bonus hold, and that's just maybe skewing his approach to the problem. Yeah, it's this foot swap that's really going to gazump him. So now he's secured the bonus. I think he can adopt the correct sequence. He's still got a minute left on the clock.
1 minute.
And if he can get that right foot on the starting white foothold on the corner of the volume, I'm sure he can stand it up and have a good go at the double.
Yeah, that foot switch just looks so tricky.
Yeah, I just don't think that the foot swap is possible. I think the key is to get right foot on from the start. There we go.
35 seconds to go for the Canadian.
Yeah, much more confident on the foot. Right foot's on the correct one now. He just needs to get his left foot on, and then he can have a good go at doubling up into the volume.
Yeah, he tried a slightly different method there, toe hooking the bottom left of the box, and that looked like it worked really well. I think that he can. He's got 15 seconds.
Yeah, I think that the approach he took by toe hooking the volume there was good to get him up and get him established, but to take the toe hook out, he's not going to handhold to really pull on. So as soon as he takes the toe hook out, he's got this big barn door to try and control. So it'd be really interesting to see if he can keep the tension and hold that swing.
There's a lot of pressure on that right slopey foot, and it comes down to friction and balance, and it doesn't look like it's going to go for Sean. Shauna problem number 1.
Disappointment for the Canadian on the first problem. There was an air of resignation in the early part of that climb. He's not pleased. And he takes his scorecard back into isolation. 5 climbers down after this first problem. 1 to come, and it is the golden couple of Austria, Kilian FISCHHUBER and Anna STÖHR.
Yeah, so Anna making her way across the mat now, taking her time. Clock's not yet started. She'll know what she needs to do. She'll be aware, as Alex says, as to who's topped and roughly how many goes it's taken them just by the amount of time that they've been out there. and she'll be confident of a top, I'm sure.
Both of these two recent winners out in Hamilton last week. FISCHHUBER with 20 World Cup titles to his name. STÖHR with 18 World Cup titles to her name, as well as a double world champion. And Alex, you must admit, Anna, one of climbing stars, isn't she?
I would say so.
So both Kilian and Anna straight up through the problem. Kilian securing the bonus, Anna securing the bonus, and she's climbing really well, looking very strong, knows exactly what she needs to do. Let's see if she can secure the top hold.
Tough start for FISCHHUBER, tough start for STÖHR. Surprised?
A bit, especially on the women's problem, especially having 3 girls come out and flash. Is it 4 flashes? 3 flashes, 4 tops. Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, you can see Anna there sitting on the mat. She's panting quite heavily, so you know you got to remember how many climbs and how many rounds these competitors have been through. It's going to be taking its toll now. You can see her shaking out. The altitude here, it's all taking its toll, and she'll just take her time, run the clock down, and have one more good go. She knows she could do the boulder, so she doesn't need to hammer the attempt.
Fitness plays a huge part, and not only just making it to finals, but performing in finals as well. Like, you can't just get to finals and then kind of cash out and run out of gas. You have to have enough juice left in you to perform at your maximum in finals too. And when I was training last year for this event, I was spending 4 to 7 hours in the gym 6 days a week. Like, I trained my butt off and ended up making finals, and I felt as fresh in finals as I did in all the rest of the rounds, and it just comes down to fitness, and I think the altitude has a lot to do with how fit that everyone is feeling right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been here for just under a week now, and only now just starting to get used to it, but these guys have obviously been climbing multiple problems now, multiple attempts, and it does take its toll.
Something we very rarely see from Anna STÖHR, asking to get the crowd to get behind her at the early part. It seems to work.
Yeah, Anna's super confident there on the top section. She knows she's capable of climbing all of these boulders. For her, you know, she just needs to take her time, and if she does slip, reevaluate and think, was it something I did wrong, or was it just a genuine slip, and retry the same methodology. So interesting that she's stuck with the same method and completed the climb.
Johnny, surprised here, FISCHHUBER struggling.
Yeah, Kilian here, just struggling to figure out that it is a jump onto the volume. He's getting up, I mean, he flashed to the bonus, he's getting stood up fine. It's just, I think he's thinking that potentially you need to go to the volume slowly and shoulder the crimp, but he's still got 50 seconds left, and I think Kilian's contact strength, similarly to Dmitrii, is fantastic, so if he does get over onto those crimps, I'm sure he'll top it.
Running down at 30 seconds here, and that's a lot of time. I think that's enough for Kilian to give at least 2 more attempts, providing he falls where he's been falling.
Yeah, so again, he's just putting the left foot on and falling into that side wall, which we know from having seen the other competitors who've been successful. The key is right foot on the base of that blue volume, left foot on the top left hold on the blue volume, and then jumping to the volume.
FISCHHUBER enters the last chance saloon on this problem. He checks the clock, he knows he's in time. Last attempt here on this problem for the Austrian.
Yeah, this is really unusual for Kilian to be struggling on a technical climb. He's such a good reader of the problems normally, so I am shocked at the moment.
All about this move here for the Austrian. The Russians, SHARAFUTDINOV and GELMANOV, the only ones to complete this first problem. And FISCHHUBER won't.
Just figuring out too late there. You can see the frustration.
Exactly. I think if he had gotten up there sooner, he'd have been able to do that. If he'd given the jump 1 or 2 tries, I think he'd have stuck it.
Absolutely. Kilian's one of the best in the business at jumps, and really shocked that he couldn't get up to that position before.
So then, after one problem, this is where we stand right now. Very quickly, SHARAFUTDINOV leads ahead of GELMANOV on countback, and FISCHHUBER, Robinson and VERHOEVEN, they're all tied on 1 bonus with 1 attempt each. And Sean McCall in 6th place at the moment, 1 bonus from 6. And in the women's competition, Juliane Worm leads next to Akio Noguchi and Shauna COXSEY, all three of them tied. They flashed their first problem. Anna STÖHR did it in 2 goes. She's in 4th place. Alex PUCCIO did it in 5 goes. She's in 5th. And Angie Payne didn't top, and she currently props up the leaderboard.
So we've got Shauna COXSEY back out on her second boulder and Jorg on his second. As I say, the trick from the route setters apparently on men's 2 was to face outwards, so Jorg just starting to figure that out now. So this could be good knowledge for him.
He's smiling a little. It looks like he's having a good time thinking about the turnaround.
And on the left-hand side of the wall, Shauna COXSEY making great progress through here. Just going to figure out that it's a rollover move, and if she can stick this crimp, she'll be really good position.
Yeah.
Fantastic effort.
This is a boulder I think is going to be topped by most, if not all, of the girls.
What a start this is from the climber from Runcorn in the UK. Can she finish it off well? VERHOEVEN. What a start from Shauna COXSEY.
Fantastic effort from Shauna there. The right heel hook really is the problem for her. You can see her here. She's going to try and climb down as much as she can. She's really in pain and really going through the works to do this final.
She doesn't look like a climber with a knee injury though at the moment.
Well, at the moment, she hasn't really had to use the right heel hook. She used it slightly there, but she's just going to be really tactical about it and try and climb the problems in a way that won't aggravate the knee injury anymore. But she's just being a real trooper participating in this event. It was touch and go whether she would be able to, and it's fantastic to see her here. 2 tops and 2, can't do better than that.
Absolutely, what a start it is for the Brit, Shauna COXSEY.
No, you're right, John. You can't do better than that.
Let's just state the obvious.
Welcome to the world of commentary, you three. Unbelievable.
But meanwhile, on men's 2.
Meanwhile, Jorg VERHOEVEN, let's not forget about him. Climbing in decent form in recent time. Second last week out in Canada. Coming here in decent form as well. And you said this earlier, John, this is how you do this problem.
Well, obviously, Alex and I haven't been privileged enough to climb these boulders beforehand because...
Actually, I flashed all of them with my tennis shoes.
Oh, that's true. Well, I flashed them all in my head. In fact, I looked at them and I just said flash. There was no point in putting on the shoes. But Jorg here, looking straight out. He figured out early on in this problem that the key was to turn outwards to face the crowd, and he's putting in a great turn here. I think if he could...
It's really crowd pleasing. I think it's a really cool boulder. I think it's the crowd likes to see the grimacing in his face when he's trying hard to starfish his way up the
Absolutely,
corner.
yeah. But I think if he can get out onto the far left-hand side of the volume higher up, he'll be in a really good position, and then he can get a bridge in higher up, established, and make his way to the top white hold. But
1 minute.
Good news for Jorg, figuring it out early. Hopefully he'll have enough time to top it.
60 seconds or less remains down. And once again, if the climber leaves the ground...
So then, under a minute for the Dutchman. 45 seconds.
When we were talking to the route setters, they did say to us that the problem does go facing in and it does go facing out. So I'm sure we'll see a top probably in both methodology. But yeah, they did say to us that facing out was certainly the easier of the two. The way the foot holds the position, the best bits are on for the facing out option.
His last go looked really promising there. I think if he could get his foot up on the lowest pancake, I think he'd be able to press his way to the top, and that kind of comes down to flexibility, and dudes aren't normally that flexible, so it's hip flexor, like being able to raise your leg up like that to get your foot on a high step. It's not really a technique that guys have to do very often, and it's not, I don't know. I think it's going to be a hard move for a lot of the taller guys to get their foot up there.
Yeah, absolutely. The Jorg here on his last go. Remember, we're on 4+, which means he can stay on the wall now until he falls off. And just not enough.
Just not enough for the Dutchman. He heads back into isolation. Not the start he's looking for. The Russians are in the dominant mood at the moment. They lead this competition. But what a start from the Brits. Shauna COXSEY, playing with a knee injury, has flashed the first 2 problems and leads this competition.
Yep, so Team USA back out in front of the home crowd here. Alex will be hoping to get another top under her belt and get back in the game for a podium position.
Has Shauna ever won a World Cup, John?
No, not yet. No, she's looking for her maiden victory.
This could be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, after all the competitions and all the finals she's done, if she was to win one with a damaged leg, it would be incredible.
It's funny that you say broken leg, because her leg was broken a year ago.
Exactly.
We had plans to go on a climbing trip together, and she broke her leg and couldn't come, and it was a huge bummer. So fingers crossed that she keeps her knee in good health and pull it through. Puccio and Paul, 2 Americans up on the wall right now. Problems number 2. I don't think this would be a huge problem for Puccio. I hope I don't jinx her.
So Alex just choosing a slightly different method to Shauna. Shauna rolling over with her right hand to where Alex has got her left.
What she's got to do right now is match that little jib. It's going to be really difficult.
So let's hope she can keep it together now.
Puccio doing well. Here on this second problem, Paul Robertson just departs the wall. He'll have another try. Puccio looks good, looks in very good. Got to keep it together, yes!
Yeah, it's a great effort from Alex there, taking a different method pretty much throughout the whole problem to Shauna. So it's great to see that it works several different ways.
Awesome dismount there, that was smooth. I expect nothing less from Puccio though.
Maybe we should start grading dismounts as well.
Ooh, yeah, we could rate it like gymnastics.
Style points.
Robertson in the meantime. So much of this crowd behind the American.
Yeah, so Paul's taking the front-on method that we saw Jorg try. The holds here are so bad and the foothold's so slopey, so it's just a kind of problem that you would never really try. Particularly Paul being a really strong outside climber. You know, he's not used to this kind of 3D climbing that he's being tested with today.
Well, he's got under 2 minutes here to solve this problem number 2. Throw his hat in the ring in this competition. All the crowd is behind him here. And Alex he's getting near, but not getting over the line.
I don't know if we can give him the bonus on that one. It's really cool to see Paul back in a finals. He's currently sitting in 3rd place. He hasn't been in finals for a couple years here in Vail. He hasn't really been competing that much in a couple years, so it's really cool to see not only an American male in finals, we didn't have any last year, but Paul back in finals. It's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I think wherever we are on the tour, it's great to have a representative of the home country participating. Just gives the crowd that little extra. And Paul here making good progress, getting up to the bonus hold again. Just needs to not forget about his feet and keep those going with the hands. If he gets too stretched out, his feet are just going to ping off, and just like that, he's going to be off the boulder.
So they'll have 1, maybe 2 more attempts of this with the American from New Jersey. 40 seconds to go. And one thing must be said here, Alex, as well. We're climbing at 8,000 feet. The more attempts you do, the more out of breath you're going to be.
I mean, it's not that high. I'm just kidding. The altitude definitely gets to the climbers here, especially ones that come from countries that are closer to sea level. This is we're up really high, and I ran up the stairs in my hotel room and had to like sit down and was panting, and I can't imagine climbing a boulder.
That'll be the margaritas, Alex.
Margaritas, plural.
Time. So Paul's out of time now.
Last climb here for Paul Robinson. The crowd really behind the American. He's made difficult going at this though, John.
Yeah, really needs a top now as well to keep himself in the hunt. But he's figured out the footholds now. If he can get his right hand out a bit further onto the corner of that volume, this is looking good for Paul.
This is really promising. This is the move I thought that looked to be the hardest, standing up on that foot right there. I think I know he's tired, I think if he could have gone a little slower and kind of walked his feet up both sides of the wall more, I think he could have finished that.
Yeah, the key to this climb is definitely keeping that bridge. You know, the further up they can get in that, the more comfortable they'll be. And here we go, Akiyo running across the map.
I just like to say to Cookie Raider, Puccio is a proposed to woman.
She's
Chris
betrothed.
Parsons is going to come after you.
Yes, Cookie Raider tweeted, Puccio is so hot. Chris Parsons might be watching here, Cookie Raider. You might receive a tweet off him shortly.
Yeah, thank goodness he's on an oil rig, and it'll take him a flight and a few hours to get over here.
But I know he'll be watching, cheering on Alex and Chris. We do miss you.
Yep, g'day, mate.
We do, buddy. I miss you. I got to FaceTime with him yesterday. It was fun.
Rustam straight up onto the bonus hold. I think with Rustam's body type and size, he's going to really fit into this groove quite well. If he can get his right hand established on that side wall, I'm sure he'll be confident at the top.
I think the shorter guys are going to have an easier time with this problem, especially with that, the foot, getting your foot up like that. I think for the taller, especially Jorg, getting your foot up looked really difficult. We've got Akiyo very nearing the top.
Yeah,
on,
it's strange to see
problem number 2.
Akiyo struggling on these small crimps. Normally that's her forte.
It is, yeah.
Utilising the knee. I've
This
been
looks
there.
awesome,
it
actually.
Works. Anyway, that's what you got to do.
Brilliant from Noguchi. Back in the lead for the 13-time World Cup winner.
Yeah, so you can see all the girls here trying to climb down as much as they can. Although it doesn't look like it, it is a high bit of wall, and the mats here are very, very soft. So they're just taking their time, making sure they don't get any injuries on the way down.
Yeah, a bit of a scary dismount there. Rustam all alone out in front of the crowd here. He's got 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah,
Cleaning off
Rustam.
his shoes. Clean shoes is, I think, a really, really big part of, especially slab climbs. You don't want to have any dirt or chalk or anything from the mat on your shoes. You need all the friction you can get.
Absolutely, yeah. It's about getting as much surface area of the shoe and hand on the wall as you can. And Rustam making a good effort here, getting bridged up.
Let's see if that Chinese tea that he brewed before coming to this final is going to help him, I should say, ascend this second problem. Johnny spots something.
Yeah, and just you could all see with his right hand there, just crimping the corner of the wall. That is allowed. It is part of the wall, so he can do that. Similarly to crimping the back of a volume.
Yeah, he's got to get his right foot up on that. There's like a quarter of an inch where the volume separates from the wall, and you've seen a lot of the climbers crimp it and kind of stand on it. You can see it in the bottom right corner of the start volume there, like crimping that and standing on that tends to be, I mean, it looks really key for this problem.
Yeah, and I also think that right hand is key as well. If you can get the right hand out towards the corner of that volume, it gets a lot better, and you can wrap your fingers around it as well and get sort of a guppy on it. And I think then you can sort of almost take your feet off, hover, and move them up into the final position.
Under a minute left for the Russian, 4-time World Cup champion of the past, searching for a 5th World Cup crown.
Yeah, it's incredible to see how many World Cup winners we've got in this lineup today. You know, Akiyo, Anna, Kilian, Rustam, Dmitrii, Juliane. I mean, it's incredible.
Whoa, that was a really cool move. He slipped a little bit and managed to catch it. That's impressive. That's a Sean McCall-esque kind of thing.
So this right hand here, it's chosen to crimp the back of the volume. This could be good knowledge as well. But he really needs the palm out right on the corner. Here he goes.
He's struggling.
There
Can he keep his balance though?
If he can stay in his right hand, this is what I'm talking about. Fingers getting over the lip.
Time.
Much better position. Now he's just going to take his time and press up. Oh, unfortunate.
Unlucky for Rustam GELMANOV. It's a decent effort from the Russian. He still leads right now, only on virtual bonuses. SHARAFUTDINOV to come on next.
The crowd has certainly grown here, even though we are, like I said, really far away from town and the rest of the events. The crowd, as you just saw in that shot, got way bigger, so that's really cool. And we have American climber Angie Payne up, so let's hope the crowd gets behind her. And for the men, can't see the problem. Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV. What do you think Dimitrii's going to do on this problem, John?
I'm always amazed to see what Dmitrii comes up with. He's so good at reading sequences and just letting his body do the talking and find the way through it. So I'm sure he knows that it's a stemming problem, and let's see if he can get the right position. But all the crowd's focus really on Angie here, Team USA, and let's see if she can get a top as well. Looking strong so far.
Good start for the American. I spoke too soon.
Synchronized, maybe a slightly easier body position. You can see him there tweaking his rubber into the holds.
It'll at least make for really cool photos.
I've got Dmitrii's picture on my wall already, so it's...
Yeah, he's my computer background, for sure.
I beg your pardon, John.
Beg my pardon too.
Everybody needs a montage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Angie Payne in the meantime, I should have been off dismounts. Angie Payne on a 10.
The feet, she'll be all the way up onto the top of that blue volume.
I don't know if we're going to see a male get to the top of this boulder problem. How many do we have left?
We've got Kilian and Sean, so we've got 2.
We'll see. We will see.
Yeah, Dmitrii really struggling though. I mean, we have seen the guys making good progress. I mean, we just saw Rustam getting really high on it. So if one of the later guys can figure out that position early, I think we've got a good shot. But in the meantime, Angie here just getting a little bit powered out on the start of that problem.
Yeah, Angie Payne here. She's getting frustrated here, Alex.
I'm getting frustrated for her. Man,
Maybe we should do wrestling and tag you in. That would be good.
yeah, I know. She can tag me, and I'll in my boots. This is the problem I said I thought would have the most female ascent. So I don't know. She can do this. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, she's got the right position now. I think if she puts her left foot in,
Yeah,
and
this is promising.
closes off the hips, she'll
Here
be
we
able
go.
to drive up through onto the top of this hold.
1 minute.
Similarly,
Angie, come on,
Dmitrii
go up.
finding the right method. If he can get his right hand out a little bit further, he could be in. Perfect.
Sharafutinov so near yet so far. Angie Payne struggling here.
Yeah,
But the
maximum
crowd really
effort from
behind her.
Angie.
You can see Angie fighting here. Her right leg is quivering a little bit, and Angie's a fighter. She's gonna try as hard as she can, and you're gonna see every muscle bulging and all of her limbs shaking. She's looking tired, but she's trying as hard as she can. You gotta give her that.
Yeah, absolutely. All these athletes giving 100% out there. Dmitrii looking a little perplexed, a little out of breath. It's unusual for us to see that in Dmitrii, but I think he got up nice and high on this last try, so I think he's found the right body position, and let's see if we can get our first top in the boulder.
Last try here on problem number 2 for Dmitrii Sharafutinov, and Angie Payne will get underway with 4 seconds to go for her last climb on problem number 2 as well.
Time.
Here goes Dmitrii, just skidding around with the feet. Now he's going to hop that left one up. Just keep the pressure. Oh, not enough.
Not this
So
time for
close.
Sharafutinov. Back to Angie Payne on problem number 2.
This is her last attempt, so she's gonna give it everything she's got. And if she can grab this crimp, I think she'll finish the climb. She's close, finger tipping, grabbing it. She's got to match this crimp, walk her feet over to the left, and either, I don't know, get a knee like Akiyo did, or heel hook or match or something. She knows she has to.
Great tenacity from her there, sticking on. Last go of the day for her on that boulder. Great effort.
So near yet so far for Angie Payne. She resides in 6th place right now, still yet to find a top. Juliane WURM from Germany steps into the arena. Flash on her first problem. She needs to flash this one as well to keep in touch with Akiyo Noguchi, who leads ahead of Shauna COXSEY. COXSEY with the same scoreline, but Noguchi with the better countback in the semi-final and qualifier.
Yeah, so Team Canada, Sean McColl back out. Sean struggled in the Canadian competition last weekend, figuring out the sequence in a stemmed groove, their boulder 2. So let's see if he can figure this one out. Juliane, though, getting stuck in straight away, securing the bonus hold. We've said it again. We've said it already, so we'll say it again, that the key for this competition, I think, is the number of attempts and finding your way through the boulders quickly, and Juliane making a great effort.
Exactly. More often than not, places 1 through 6 and even beyond come down to attempts, and you've got to be on your game at all times, and flashing is key.
Yeah, and Juliane making a great effort here. She's really climbing well this weekend. She can get her left foot out slightly onto the next black foothold. She could be in a better position, but mauling this volume into submission right now. Great effort.
Great effort from the German once again. bringing the great form from Innsbruck a couple of weeks ago. And Juliane WURM keeps in touch with Shauna COXSEY and Akiyo Noguchi.
I think we've seen all the girls on that problem top it a little bit differently. It's been really interesting to see the techniques and the ways that these girls have been topping that roller.
Yeah, Sean's taking his time here. I think he knows the methodology that has the best chance of success. Just needs to figure out the feet because they're just skidding around all over that volume. Obviously the later athletes experience the slightly worse conditions, but they've equally got more clues to follow, so let's see how Sean gets on.
Just over 2 minutes for the Canadian. Currently sits in 5th place on the table, 2 bonuses in 7 attempts so far. Sean McCall finds the top here though, it gets him back, well back into this competition.
For sure. As we're seeing more, like, again, male climbing by himself, the girls have been having better luck with their problems. They've been getting to the top and kind of running off the mat, and then the guys are left standing alone to try to work on their rollers by themselves. The men's problems look really difficult.
Jordan Ford tweets, Johnson and Partridge sitting in a tree, keeping up the amusing commentary.
We'll do our best.
That was cute.
Where's my name, Jordan?
Sean here got good foot positions, keeping the heels low to drive the weight through the toes. Just needs to keep building those feet up, and looks like he's going to try and jump into a double palm press here. Let's see how he gets on. Close. That could be the good
1
method.
minute.
60 seconds to go for Sean McCall. It's been a frustrating evening for the Canadian so far. He's very much disappointed on his first problem. I'm disappointed right now on the second problem. Great crowd who we have here in Vail. Tom Newman from Team GB there in the red, white and blue shirt. Has he put that on for Shauna by any chance?
True patriot.
30 seconds to go here for Sean McCall. Still looking at the wall right now, trying to figure out a way in his mind's eye of how to approach the second problem. No climber so far has completed it.
Yeah, so Sean's the second to last competitor. We've only got Kilian left to come out on this boulder. Really need a top now from one of the competitors to put the route setters' minds at ease.
This is going to be his last attempt. The clock's winding down. He's got 3 seconds left, so he's got the bonus so far. Hopefully Sean can manage to get to the top. This problem just looks so hard. It's so tricky.
Yep, I think this could be the chance where he jumps into the double palm. He's looking really strong.
I think if he gets his right hand a little higher and out a little farther, he can get deeper into the corner, and that could be the method.
I think we could see a top hopefully here. If he can get his right hand up slightly higher.
Trying to find a way.
This is looking really, really promising. This is the highest we've seen a guy get so far.
Oh, just falling short.
Disappointment for the Canadian. His dive, his dismount nearly came off the side of the stage. You can hear the groan here in Vail. That's the closest we've seen so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Give him an 8.5 for the dismount as well. Very good effort, maximum effort from him. And you can just see him there looking, trying to figure out if there's anything else he could have done.
While we have a brief lull, Klaus says hi to Anna AUT.
So final climbers out in the second problem. Anna STÖHR from Austria and FISCHHUBER from Austria as well. The golden couple of Austrian climbing. And STÖHR, got to argue guys here for Anna. She needs to flash this to keep in touch with the other three.
Yeah, she had a little slip on her first climb, so definitely needs a flash to keep up with COXSEY and Akiyo and Juliane. Kilian here adopting the front-on methodology. Let's hope he can get up into the same position as Sean, because he was really unlucky there, just slipping off at the last moment.
It looks like Anna's being... Well, they tried to call her off for possibly starting wrong with her feet. She's going to keep going and probably appeal it later. I think this is a really smart move if she does win her appeal.
Yep, they're pulling Anna off for an invalid starting position, but Looks like she's arguing. I think she might try and reverse it.
Just chilling, having a conversation with the judges.
Yeah, we could have a technical. Not a technical. We could have an appeal from the Austrian team later on if that does go to count back.
Yeah, I think that's gonna shake her just a little bit. When we were talking earlier, we said that she knows she has to flash to sustain the game, and getting called down. I've talked to a few girls that have been called down for invalid starts, and it completely throws your mental game. Like, you're in the zone, you're trying to flash a boulder problem, and someone all of a sudden runs up and interrupts. And is like, yo, come down, and you're like, it totally blows your focus.
Yeah, absolutely. Your flow and your focus is broken by an external factor. You know, it's fine if you're climbing and then you're falling off. That's part of your process. But for somebody to interfere with that really throws you out of sync. So Kilian and Anna both on the mat and both needing a top.
Both these climbers have won here in Vail the last 2 years, both searching for a hat-trick of Vail World Cup titles.
Yeah, and Anna getting off to an okay start now. She's no problems with the judges. Moving up to this little jib, she's going to match it, rock round the corner, and then she'll be at the top.
I think she's going to take this top, but she's definitely going to be... I'm not going to say anything else until she finishes the boulder. Never mind.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see there. She was choosing to use the left-hand black hold, which is a really small vertical crimp and very hard to get any weight pulled through it with the way the footholds are positioned. The other girls who've had success have kind of avoided it and gone straight to the top. So let's see if she figures that out on the next go.
FISCHHUBER struggling as well. Looking at Anna Stohr's body language, do you think that's affected her?
Definitely. She looks really frustrated and really teed, I guess you could say. Yeah, it's definitely thrown her. I think it's shaken her up a little bit, being called down like that, as it would to anyone, I think.
Yeah, I think the irritation as well, because if it was an invalid start, she'll be fuming that she's made such an elementary mistake. But we'll wait and see what the word on the street is from the judges. We'll try and get a chat with Graham Alderson a bit later on.
45 seconds left for both of these climbers. We'll wait and see what happens with Anna Stohr.
Yeah, Anna really needs this top to stay in the hunt for a podium place, obviously with Shauna COXSEY and the others keeping up the 2 and 2.
Well, right now, the two favourites, you could argue, and the crowd getting behind Anna Stohr. She's asking to it, and it's very unusual to see that from Anna, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I disagree.
What, pumping up the crowd?
Oh yeah, she does it all the time.
She likes to milk the crowd, but sorry, I thought you said that she was getting agitated, Johnny, and that's something you don't obviously see Anna doing very often.
I was definitely paying attention.
Well, let's see if Stohr is paying attention here on this problem.
Here she goes.
Beautifully done from the Austrian. Beautifully done. FISCHHUBER's still going as well.
And
by the way,
Kilian's up high now. I think if he can get his right hand, just slipping off. So
sorry.
No top for any of the men on block 2, but that's not unusual in a World Cup final. Occasionally we do have a boulder that's not top, so hopefully the next 2 boulders will go okay. But so far we're getting a good spread of results through the field.
So we're at the halfway mark of this World Cup final, and this is how we stand right now. Rustam GELMANOV leads this World Cup final. 1 top from 2, 2 bonuses from 2, ahead of Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV. 1 top from 2, 2 bonuses from 3. Then we have a 3-way tie. FISCHHUBER, Paul Robinson and Jorg Verhoeven all tied in the same number of bonuses, but it goes on the countback of semi-finals and qualifiers, and Sean McColl is propping up with that leaderboard. The women looks like this. They're tied at the top on scores, but it goes on countback at the moment. Juliane GER from Germany leads, ahead of Akiyo Noguchi from Japan, ahead of Shauna COXSEY, struggling with a knee injury. Anna Stohr still in the hunt, 2 from 5, Alex PUCCIO 2 from 6, and Angela PAYNE probably the leaderboard in 6th place.
So when Alex and I viewed the problems earlier, these 2 boulders were 2 of our favourites, and particularly with female 3, looks like it's a really slopey affair. It's going to be difficult with the body position, lots of swings, lots of barn door coming through in the higher section, and for the men, really needing to get onto the crimps quickly so that you don't get tired in the roof section?
This is where I think things are going to come down to business. The first two problems were slabs. Not that slabs are easy, trust me, I don't think they're easy. But these problems for the men and the women, specifically the women, I think are going to be the business here.
Shauna COXSEY doing really well on the third boulder. Mention again, her right leg is not in good shape right now.
It is probably going to hurt him.
Almost certainly, but just falling short. But Jorg Verhoeven storming through the third boulder here.
Look at Jorgo. The Dutchman puts his hat in the ring.
Really laying down the gauntlet for everyone else there. Fantastic, puts him into a podium position already.
It always stresses me out so much when they celebrate before they match. I hate it. Match and then celebrate. I've seen it happen with Cedric Lachey.
Greifensee.
Yeah, exactly. Standing on top of the volume, hits it with one hand, waves to the crowd, and then a split slips. He doesn't get the match. It was heartbreaking.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, the Alex PUCCIO last week, she ended up with the wrong hold on the top. There was in that bedlam that was Hamilton last week, we heard a pin drop at that point.
Absolutely, an eerie silence. She turned to the crowd for acknowledgement of her ascent, and it was a stone cold silence. So thankfully she figured it out and went back to match the correct finish of the problem.
Yeah, that was funny.
Shauna's going to take her time here. We've talked about it before. She is struggling with injury. She's just fallen off on the last move, so she'll be confident of getting up there again. So I'm sure she'll wind the clock down, take a good break, and go for one more good go.
Probably going to put my foot in my mouth here, but this is where I think Anna and PUCCIO can make a comeback. This boulder was kind of designed for them. It's more powerful, pitchy, and obviously PUCCIO excels at that stuff. So I think if Anna and PUCCIO can take a flash of this boulder, it's going to really put them back in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex very strong on pinch problems, and Anna, of course, very powerful as well. So all to play for still. Still at the halfway point, and 2 more problems to go.
Great flash from Jorg Verhoeven. He now leads the men's competition. Still fight the Russians to come, FISCHHUBER, Robinson and MCCOLL as well. Shauna COXSEY flashing the first 2 problems. She's made 1 attempt here on the third one. Let's see how she gets on.
Yep, so Shauna's straight up into this boulder, securing the bonus once again. This is the difficult move, the big barn door, well held from her.
1 minute.
I've got my fingers crossed for Shauna here. If she can just nab this last finish hold. Yeah,
yes!
There it is.
Fantastic.
Boom, boom, boom. COXSEY does it on the second attempt. So she's now 3 from 4 with 3 bonuses from 3. Well in the hunt, John.
Yeah, obviously in the hunt there. She will be disappointed not to have flashed that. She's done it very quickly, and I'm sure we will see some more tops from the girls there. So hopefully it won't cost her a podium place, but she's still leading the top of the leaderboard. 3 and 4, fantastic effort.
I hope that slip off the start hold, or not the start hold, the finish hold at number 3 doesn't come back and bite Shauna. She knows she could have flashed it, so hopefully she can kind of hold it out on that boulder and the impossible looking women's 4th boulder.
Absolutely, so pull straight on here onto men's 3. We've had Jorg already flash this boulder, so let's see how Paul enjoys it.
Yeah, absolutely. If Paul Robinson can flash this, it'll put him into 2nd place. But remember, the Russians are still to come.
One of Paul's specialties, what he's best known for, is his insane finger strength. We got PUCCIO up nearing the top on women's number 3 here. There it is, a flash for PUCCIO on women's number 3.
Gets her back in the race as well. 3 tops from 7. Paul Robinson, can he throw his hat in the ring in this men's competition?
Great effort from Paul there, showing real endurance in this final. Got to remember how much these guys have already done today. One more move for him. Can he secure the final hold?
Lunging for the last move, and he slips. Oh, that's going to be heartbreaking for Paul. I think he can get back up there.
Yeah, that's going to have taken a lot out of him there.
Yeah, he's going to be tired.
Great effort, just got held up slightly at the final section of those volumes before he went up with his right hand to the crimp on the lip of the volume. He's got the right methodology now, but whether he's got enough gas left in the tank, we need to see.
He's got over 2 minutes and change to go. Breathless stuff here in Vail. A great final once again we're witnessing here on the IFSC Bouldering World Cup circuit.
Yeah, we've got a different atmosphere to Hamilton last weekend, where we were in a very small, confined space. This is an outdoor event, so we've got thousands in the crowd now, but obviously the effect of it is a lot less, but everyone enjoying it here. We've got people sitting on the side in the sun. And Paul Robinson from USA looking to get another top.
Couple of minutes to go. Paul Robinson, just the same as Shauna Coxsey did on her last climb, just running the clock down a little here, trying to save as much energy as he can.
A very good strategy. I think personally he knows he can get to the top. There's no point in wasting your energy trying maybe 3 or 4 times. I mean, you're going to be tired for the fourth problem too. So Sean giving 2 really good Paul giving 2 really good goes on this boulder is going to be much more beneficial for him than giving like 4 sloppy goes.
Yeah, particularly seeing as he found a sequence that worked for him, and if he can just replicate it now and finish off the problem, he'll be set. But it's interesting also to see how the rounds have switched in the semi-finals in the women's. We had a very, very stern set. In fact, just getting a bonus holds would get you into the final. And similarly with the men now, we're seeing only 2 tops in the men's finals out of 3 boulders that we've had attempted so far. Sorry, we've had 3 tops. So yeah, bit of a different competition. Stepped up the game in the men's, it's a lot harder, and the women's seems to be an easier level.
35 seconds to go for Paul Robinson. Needs a top, you could argue, to keep himself in this competition, especially when with 1 problem left to go. So it could be a bridge too far here for the American should he not find the top here.
Ten seconds left, Paul pulling back on. Let's see if he can get back up there. Huge effort on his first go. Must have taken a lot out of him.
Paul bearing down on those tiny little crimps, some of the strongest fingers in climbing. We've got a classic Timmy O'Neill pun.
Great effort from Paul here, fighting through this top section and just falling short, but excellent effort from him and really unlucky not to get the top.
A light round of applause from the crowd, but Paul Robinson, I don't think it's going to be his day. 3 bonuses from 3 so far for the American. It's still led though by Jorg Verhoeven of the Netherlands. 1 top from 1, 3 bonuses from 3, but the Russians are still to come.
Yeah, and I think we're certainly going to see some more tops on this boulder. We've had the first competitors, obviously Jorg getting a top and Paul getting really high, so I'm sure the Russians will get stuck into this now, and Rustam with a smaller frame might struggle to reach some of the holds, but he's also got some really strong fingers, so if he can get the grips, I'm sure he'll be okay.
Rustam wasting no time, cruising up this boulder. Akiyo took another couple of seconds to have a look at it, make sure she was approaching the climb with the right sequence.
And Rustam so steady through this section here, just pulling around the corner now. Fantastic effort from him. I think we could see a flash here. Oh,
he spoke too soon, John, he spoke too soon. However, the flash could be on the cards here for Noguchi.
Yeah, smooth and steady from Akiyo.
That looks like a really hard move for the girls' climb. You're going off a really small hole to a pinch that's not very good, and you have, it's kind of a drive-by, so you have a tendency to barn door, and Akiyo is setting up for the last move here and nabs it.
Yeah, great effort from Akiyo. Very smooth and steady.
It could be Noguchi's day here. 3 from 3 from the Japanese. Juliane GER still to come. But Noguchi, with a grin like the Cheshire Cat, waves away off stage right. She'll be delighted with her work so far this evening.
Yeah, all going well for her so far. You know, fantastic effort from her, really cruising through these problems. She's taking a much more methodical approach, taking her time to review the problem before starting, and then a very methodical, a slow, steady approach, and seems to be working for her so far.
GELMANOV, in the meantime, running down the clock here, just as Shauna COXSEY did in her last climb, and Paul Robinson did prior as well.
Taking a lot out of these guys. It's a big old roof, this, and there's a lot of moves before you get established onto the head wall. So they'll take their time. Rustam there was so quick out of the gates to get through the middle section, and just unlucky to miss that white crimp on the lip, but you can see him there. He's focused, he knows he can do it.
Just over 90 seconds for the Russian. GELMANOV tops here, he takes the lead in this competition. Currently led by Jorg VERHOEVEN, who flashed this particular problem.
Rustam bearing down, fantastic strength from him. Slightly different method this time.
Right upper body strength on the Russian, the crowd love it. Alex, you're grimacing.
His shoulders are sticking out like little baby bird wings. I don't know, it looked really painful to me. I was scared he was going to snap.
Yeah, Rustam getting the brushes in. Really interesting to see his change of methodology there. He was so close to doing the problem on his first go, finding the sequence that all the others have utilised. To switch it, I mean, he has done this in previous competitions. In Canada last weekend, he adopted a slightly different sequence on men's 3. He knows that obviously he's one of the shorter guys, that potentially when he doesn't do something, maybe it's because of his height, so he's chosen to mix it up, but I think he needs to go back to the original method and go for top.
Half a minute to go for the Russian. Rustam GELMANOV. Getting the Chinese tea down in before coming here, and gave myself and producer Mike a glass of it as well. He said, drink this guys, you'll be high energised by 6 o'clock. And I think it's kicking into Mike, it might be kicking into me as well.
Yeah, Rustam really getting involved with the crowd. That's unusual to see. It's nice to see him engaging and enjoying his climbing. Normally very cool, calm and collected, methodical, but incredible to see him getting up here again for a third time.
This looks to be a better sequence for Rustam than the one he tried just a minute ago. Now that's his high point. I think that he's going to top this. This is yep, there it is, Rustam with the top.
Brilliantly done by the Russian. He now takes the lead. Fist pump from him as well. Rustam GELMANOV.
Really happy there, Rustam.
He now leads this men's competition. Sorry, John.
Yep, 2 tops for Rustam, straight into the top of the leaderboard. A lot more relaxed from Rustam, really engaging with the crowd. He's obviously enjoying his time over here.
It's so impressive to see these climbers get to the top of a problem this long and this powerful on their 3rd and 4th attempts. It's the 3rd problem of the round, like the 8th problem of the day. They've gone through qualifier, semis, this is finals. They're probably exhausted. And for Rustam to be able to pull it out on his 3rd or 4th try, I think is really impressive.
Absolutely, yeah. These guys are at the top of their game, and the fitness levels that and the intensity that they train to, you know, this is what they live for, and it's great to see them out there performing.
Angela Payne asks for a cheer from the crowd before she comes into the arena. SHARAFUTDINOV taking a long time to...
Yeah, good strategy from Dmitrii. He obviously knows that some people have topped it and some haven't, so he's just going to look at the wall, look and see if there's any clues from previous competitors. Where is the chalk? Where is the boot rubber? Is there anything I've missed? And now he's confident he can pull on and give it a good flash go.
SHARAFUTDINOV, a triple world champion, 10 World Cup titles to his name, searching for an 11th World Cup crown. Angie Payne, good climb here, Alex.
I've said this about Angie on all 3 problems. I think this problem really suits her. I think she can flash this. I'm really nervous. I'm still talking into the microphone. Go for the finish, Angie, come on.
And Dmitrii just absolutely in cruise control to this move.
SHARAFUTDINOV here. Look at the SHARAFUTDINOV go. This for the lead.
Fantastic.
Well, that wasn't impressive at all.
That was impressive from Dmitrii going for that last hold. He wasn't even looking at it. Just pure energy pushing through. Fantastic. Puts him up with Rustam at the top of the leaderboard.
He puts him in the lead, in fact, 2 tops from 3
3 bonuses from 4. Rustam GELMANOV 2 tops and 5, 3 bonuses from 3. They're the ones who are in the lead right now. FISCHHUBER and MCCOLL still yet to come, but bearing in mind those two are still yet to find the top. So right now they're playing for 3rd place.
Yeah, and the guys will know that behind in transit isolation. So Dmitrii and Rustam will be very happy to be sitting there with 2 tops. It'll give them the extra confidence going into the final boulder. Yeah, it's really good position for them to be in.
Angie's back up on women's problem number 3 here. She fell in the last move. I think she's going to need a little more pop to get that last hold. The pinches are really bad, these little block pinches. The feet are slippery. They've been climbing all day. I think she can do it. She just needs a little bit of a hop, and she can grab it. I have faith.
Here we go, Angie PAYNE for the top. One big effort. Come on, Angie.
Angie looks like she's getting tired. She definitely looks like she's still having fun.
Yeah, she's gassed a lot of climbing in the last 2 days and just taking its toll there. She knows she's one of the strongest in the field, but just falling short on endurance today.
Yeah, PAYNE currently in 6th place.
Thank you very much to our route setters, Chris Danielson, Martin Hammer
on this 3rd problem.
from Austria, our international chief.
Still led though by Kei Noguchi. She's flashed the first 3 in this final. Shauna COXSEY in 2nd place. 3 tops from 4, 3 bonuses from 3. Alex PUCCIO still in the running. Bear in mind, as what John and Alex both said, the 4th problem for the women's is going to be the key. This is going to be the one to decide it, and it looks mega difficult. Juliane GER still to come. She'll be up next, and then Anna STÖHR straight after.
We've got an interesting sort of lineup here. A lot of the girls were tied coming into finals, so if they end up tying in finals, it's going to go to countbacks, and that's, I mean, it happens. It's not super awesome when it happens, but it happens. You just got to be on in every single round.
Yeah, I mean, every attempt, you can see the people have been a lot more strategic in their goes, really maximising the effort that they've got left. There's just so much climbing that's taken place this weekend. Angie pumping up the crowd for one last go, really enjoying herself. Let's hope she can get a top.
One last hurrah here for Angie PAYNE on this 3rd problem. The crowd really behind her.
Time.
Fantastic effort from her, really solid. Just totally gassed out though. Fantastic effort from her. Home crowd giving her maximum support.
Absolutely, Angie PAYNE. Great effort from her to make this final. But this is interesting now, Alex. Juliane GER needs a flash to keep in touch with the Kei Noguchi.
And she knows that coming out, and I do think she can do it. I think this problem suits her style. I think it suits all the girls' style, to be honest. I think it just comes down to being precise and executing on your first try.
Yeah, I think it's probably the most basic problem for the girls out of the set.
Definitely
so
the most straightforward.
yeah, just a matter of getting on and executing it. Pretty easy to figure out the sequence, and Juliane getting straight stuck in.
The German winner out in Innsbruck, and that is 1 attempt down, so Noguchi will have the lead.
Just slightly too quick on the move up to the pinch there. It's worth noting as well that obviously the later out you come in this round, the worse the holds are going to be. Obviously the grease of the previous competitors, the excess chalk, so maybe that'll play a factor for women's 3. But in the meantime, Sean McCall making great progress on the men's route.
Very smooth and fast climbing. This is what I was talking about, why I love watching Sean climb so much, is he's very fast and poppy and knows exactly what his plan is and just kind of sticks with it and boom, 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 like very fast and powerful.
Absolutely, yeah. It's great to see Sean climb. He's so fluid in his motion, and if he can get this next hold, I'm sure we'll be in for a top. Super strong from him.
Sean McCall near the top, Juliane GER as well, not far away. McCall tops, keeps himself in the running. Juliane GER in the meantime, very close as well. In fact, she tops as well. Took her 2 goes, but she'll now go into 2nd place.
Yep, both competitors topping out pretty much at the same time. They'll go back into isolation, pounding on the pressure to the other competitors. Great to see.
Juliane WURM up into third place, just knocked PUCCIO down into fourth. And we'll see what Anna and Kili can do on their boulders.
I do apologise. Juliane WURM third now on bonuses. Bonus attempts, 3 bonuses from 4 compared to COXSEY's 3 bonuses from 3.
Yep, so let's see how the Austrian couple get on, Anna and Kilian. Kilian taking a long time. Same approach as all the other competitors have had. This is probably the most complex climb, and it's also the one that's going to tire them out the most, so they want to make sure that they do it in the fewest amount of tries as possible.
Very important for both climbers, this, because if they don't top, they're not going to win.
Yep, and as we said before, they'll know it, and they'll know what's from being in isolation. They'll know what the crowd is doing.
Anna cruising out, making it look easy. Shouldn't be a problem. A little pop to the finish. There it is. If we're gonna talk honestly about the men's number 3 boulder, I don't know if I would have been able to figure the sequence out. It looks really, really confusing to me, and they've all done it pretty much the same method, and they must have really talked it out, because that, I don't know, it looks really confusing to me.
Yeah, I think once you get it up onto the bonus hold, the final position on the volume, kind of one of those problems where I think you've got to feel your way, and all the planning in the world. Until you get up there and feel the body position, I'm not sure that they're fully aware of what they're going to do. But Kilian there with a good first try, just falling short of the bonus zone, but looking to see if he can pick up on any clues.
2.5 minutes ago for Kilian FISCHHUBER, currently sitting in 6th place in this competition. Finds the top here and put him into 5th. It's going to be it's an all uphill battle now for the Austrian if he is to win a hat-trick of Vail titles. It may just be a little bit of a bridge too far.
Yep, Kilian shaking out. Kilian shaking out, really taking his time on this boulder. He's had to go already. Obviously utilising the strategy of less is more. Let's see if he can get a top now.
He needs it, otherwise it's not going to be his day here in Vail. Somewhat of a fortress for this Austrian in the past.
But he's up on the volume now, and if he can get this next undercut wrap in on the volume, I think he'll be straight up onto the white holds and towards the top, but really struggling to find the body position. Come on, Kilian. Grab this white. Fantastic tenacity from him.
Good cheer from the crowd for the Austrian. Needs the top to keep himself in the running. He's still got time, he's still got time. No!
Yeah, Kilian totally pumped to the top there. You could see him there really frustrated, having a lie down. Just choosing to put his heel up high. All the other competitors keeping their feet down low. Left foot on the blue crimp, right foot on the blue volume as a back step, and he'll be fuming.
We're joined by a guest in the commentary box, Alex Puccio's dog. What? Alex Johnson's dog, I do beg your pardon. Lena's actually just a... What's the name of the dog again?
This is Fritz. She's a teacup chihuahua. She's very happy.
Moving on, 25 seconds to go for FISCHHUBER. Last roll of the dice for him.
Kilian running down the clock. One last go. Pumping up the crowd. That last go must have taken it out of him. Really pumped now, but he knows the sequence and he's got plenty of fight in him. Let's hope he can get to the top.
Last roll of the dice here for FISCHHUBER. He's the top, otherwise it's not going to be his day here in Vail.
Yeah, looking very steady though. He knows the sequence. Here we go. Come on, Kilian. Keep that right foot on. One more move for him. Choosing the heel approach again and just falling short. So unlucky.
It's not going to be the Austrian's day. No hat-trick of Vail titles for Kilian FISCHHUBER. He's now out of the race.
Yeah, really unlucky for Kilian there. choosing the harder method of, on the final move and just falling short. He held it for a fraction of a second. Super unlucky, but still, another top could potentially get him a podium if he flashes it. We'll see.
What a photo finish we're going to have in the women's final. In theory, all the top 5 can still have a chance of winning it. Noguchi flashing the first 3. Shauna COXSEY 3 tops and 4, 3 bonuses from 3. Juliane Verne 3 tops and 4, 3 bonuses from 4. Anna STÖHR 3 tops from 6, 3 bonuses from 4. Alex PUCCIO 3 tops from 7, 3 bonuses from 7. Angela PAYNE is out. SHARAFUTDINOV or GELMANOV, you would argue, John, they're the favourites here. Go ahead into this final problem. Yeah,
going into the final boulder, as Alex and I said in the previews, these 2 boulders are definitely the hardest ones from our point of view. Men's 4, the first couple of moves look really hard. They're going to be really tired, really slopey holds. I'm really interested to see how they get on.
When John and I were talking to the route setters earlier about both of these problems, they're definitely the hardest. They look to be the hardest. The route setters for the women's were worried about the move just after this. You cross to a purple little crimp and then grab the white hold on the volume, and you cross all the way to the orange, which is the bonus. And the route setters are worried about this move. They think it's really hard. For the men, the slopers at the start look really, really bad.
Yeah, and these slopey holds obviously going to sap the strength from the forearms. Lactic acid's going to build up, and the last thing you want is a pinch. If there was a set of crimps, at least you've got something to bear down on. So the number of attempts here is going to be key. They're going to run the clock down, I believe, and take their time. Likewise, Shauna COXSEY on her final boulder. You know, she's put in a great turn today. Currently sitting in a podium position. She'll be looking to get up onto this next volume. As we said already, female 4 is the one that the route setters have had the most tinkering with since the semi-finals. A lot of the girls struggling in the semi-finals, so they're trying to get not a repeat performance of that. A great effort from her. Let's see if she can secure the bonus hold.
A very tensiony move that Shauna just did there, reaching out to the bonus. She's a little backwards right now. She's going to want her left hand, right, exactly like this, and it's a cross. Or that.
Great from her. Fantastic effort from her. She's going to be really feeling it in the legs. She's really struggling today with them. If she can get her left foot up onto that white screw-on she's just left, she'll be in a great position. Come on, Shauna.
2 minutes to go for the Brit. She is the one who can put the score and put the pressure on the rest. Right now it's still not enough. She needs to find the top, otherwise Akiyo Noguchi right now still remains the leader.
Yeah, and Jorg here taking his time just to regroup. He's had 2 different approaches to the start of this problem. First time rolling over to the hold he's looking at now, and the second time going up with his left hand to it. The guys are going to be really feeling it now. If they can get through this section and established on the blue volume, I think they'll run to the top, but this at the moment is causing Jorg some problems.
Both of the climbers taking a minute there to catch their breath, relax, de-pump a little bit. These problems are long. These are probably some of the longest climbs that they've encountered all season. Like the Vail World Cup is known for being long and powerful and pumpy, so I'm sure that these climbers are really feeling it.
1 minute.
Jorg looking good now. If he can get on to the next volume, then needs to get his foot round. That's the methodology Jamie Cassidy was talking about. The little 1-2 with the hands onto the corner of the volume. But pretty gassed right now.
I think he's playing for second place right now, though. I think Jorg's taken 1 too many attempts. In theory, he can still win, but you would have needed to flash it, no fairness. So I think he's playing for right now second or third. It's the Dutchman. COXSEY has got 30 seconds here, and you guys have both mentioned how difficult this women's 4 is. Do you think if one person can they actually top this? Do you think?
It's such a tricky looking boulder. Every move is just as hard as the last move. It doesn't ease up at the end either. It's not that you're going for a victory move at the end. Like, it's hard the whole way through.
I think the key with this one, we've seen Shauna have 2 goes already. She's changed her sequence slightly throughout the climb. I think the competitor that comes out and finds the right sequence straight away, I think we could see a top. Shauna's figured out the sequence. If she can get established on the head wall, I can see her taking it to the top. Here we go. Roll over to the bonus.
That Shauna needs to do here with a heel on the white, crossing to the bonus. This gets her set up for the next move, and she doesn't have to piano match on any of these holds.
This is the move for COXSEY. Oh! So near. For a minute there, John, I thought she had it.
Yeah, great effort from Shauna. She's had a fantastic weekend considering the injury and just falling short. I think if she could have latched onto that orange hold, she'd have taken it to the top.
Credit man must be said though for Shauna though. Playing with a knee injury, the performance she's put in has been exceptional.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's so difficult to compete with injury, and I know she thought long and hard as to whether to do at this event. So great effort from her, and I mean she's sitting in second place at the moment, but obviously we've got more competitors to come out. But fantastic effort from her. She'll be thrilled.
Alex PUCCIO comes out. Alex, does this problem suit Alex?
I do. I think it does. PUCCIO is currently sitting in 5th place, but she has 3 tops. So if she gets a 4th top here, it could shoot her up to 1st place. Like, she could go from 5th to 1st. It's definitely possible. This problem does suit PUCCIO.
Yeah, absolutely. If you were to pick a boulder at the start that you'd think Alex would do well on, this will be it from my point of view. If she can find the right sequence straight away, I'm pretty confident we'll see a top from her. Unfortunately, that dynamic method, probably not going to be the best one.
Paul Robinson. Been a tough afternoon for the American.
Yeah, Paul Robinson, similarly to Jorg, really struggling with that first volume section that we talked about. It's just really slopey, and with it being the 4th problem, they're going to be really feeling fatigued now, and these are the worst kind of holds to come out to. Nothing to actually get a grip on, just pure compression climbing. So Alex about to pull on for another go. She went for a dynamic move to this first volume. I think if she can slow it down and adopt the same approach Shauna had, she'll have a better chance of success.
Right, she's away. Here we go. Alex PUCCIO, can she set the
I can see her doing this. Here we go. Heel on.
This is looking really, really good for PUCCIO. All she has to do is match that big basketball and grab the Climbers Against Cancer jug.
Here we go, Alex PUCCIO, is she going to set the target? It looks like she is. Bang, bang, bang!
Great, 4 tops for Alex. Fantastic effort from her. She's laid the marker down for the other girls. It's all up to them now. She can't do anything more. 4 tops, fantastic effort.
And they will know round the back that Alex PUCCIO has topped this.
Yeah, absolutely. As I say, she laid the marker down. She's going to be sitting pretty at the top of the leaderboard, and she'll feel pretty confident at least getting a podium place now.
4 tops in 9, 4 bonuses in 9. Alex PUCCIO has only ever won 1 World Cup title. It was here 4 years ago. Is it going to be a case of history repeating for the American? Only 3 climbers know that answer. Akiyo NOGUCHI, Juliane GER, Anna STÖHR, and they are still yet to come.
Yeah, I mean 4 and 9. I think she'll be slightly annoyed with her first go on that final problem, but she's given herself the best possible chance of coming in the top positions here. As we say, we've still got Akiyo 3 and 3. She's the one really sitting pretty. She's got 6 attempts on this final boulder to go ahead of Alex, so she'll be confident. She knows the problem goes now, and that's a critical factor too.
Paul Robinson climbing for pride here, trying to do an exhibition climb in front of the crowd. He can't get on the podium here, so he's just a little bit of pride here. And Alex, it's been a tough afternoon for him, hasn't it?
Making it in the finals is really awesome. I think he should definitely be proud about that, but this 4th boulder the slopers on it are so bad, the friction's not very good. Hanging onto these things with no feet looks really, really difficult. Paul's giving it a really great effort here.
Yeah, when we talked to the route setters during the preview, they were saying the key for this early section is to utilize the left-hand arete as well with the feet and get kind of a clamped approach on. So if Paul can figure that out once he gets up, we might see him progressing through onto the blue volume.
Superbly done. Been a great competition this has in Vail. And Paul Robinson can be very proud of his performance here, making the final. The man from New Jersey is not to be, but still, you'll be very proud of what he's achieved here, Alex.
Indeed, really good last effort from Paul. They're so tired. They've been competing in 3 rounds this weekend. We've got the next competitors coming out, Akiyo Noguchi and Rustam GELMANOV, here on their final problem. This will be their last showing of the weekend.
And Akiyo, of course, the one to watch here. She's got 3 tops in 3 goes already. If she gets a top here, she'll leapfrog Alex and go straight to the top. And if it's a flash, she wins.
Yes, absolutely. I was about to the words right out of my mouth. Akiyo Noguchi flashes, she is the champion, simple as that. To get ahead of PUCCIO, she's got to do this in less than 7 goes. Just doing my maths at the back of my head. Yeah, 7 goes she's got at this. But I don't think it'll take a 7.
Well, we'll see. This is the hardest problem of the day. We've obviously seen Shauna COXSEY, one of the strongest in the field, struggling with it. And Akiyo just falling short there. Again, choosing that dynamic method at the start, perhaps needing to slow it down like Alex did on her second try. But yeah, at the moment, Alex PUCCIO in first and Akiyo really needing the top.
If Akiyo can figure out this really powerful intro section, I think that she could pull through the top.
Yeah, absolutely. If she gets established onto these volumes, she's so good with her endurance and ability to hang in there. I can see her doing the boulder.
One other story to keep in mind here is the man on your screen, Rustam GELMANOV, currently sitting in 2nd place. And I'm just doing my maths here, John, as well. If Rustam doesn't top here, SHARAFUTDINOV is champion regardless of what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Unless Sean can come out with a flash, that's the only thing to throw a curveball into the mix. But at the moment, yeah, it looks like that's highly unlikely given how difficult the other guys have found it.
This round of climbing has been incredibly difficult. I think all of the boulders in Vail here have been really difficult. It's been impressive to see anyone top anything, to be honest. The problems are so hard. I think it'd be really interesting to hear from the route setters the grades of the problems.
Yeah, I think it's obviously been a different final to the one we experienced in Canada. We've had some tops, and likewise we've had some boulders not be done. And I think that's kind of a nice mix to have in a final. You want to see tops on all the boulders, but likewise you don't want to see them all being done in a flash comp scenario.
Akiyo almost nabbing that jump there. If she can do that, I think she can work on the rest of the boulder. I think Akiyo's been practicing her jumps.
And Rustam, fantastic effort from him getting established on here. If he can get the bonus, he's missed the bonus hold. I think that could be an error for him. He's choosing to go all out and get the top.
Well, he's going for the top. He's going all or nothing here, putting all his eggs in one basket. GELMANOV reaching for it. Wonderful!
Yes, fantastic.
The Russian is delighted, and he now sets the benchmark for his teammate to follow.
That was a really risky move for Rustam there, not touching the bonus.
Completely.
Skipping and going to the top. Super risky. It paid off, but whew.
Great effort for him. So he's going to go to the top of the leaderboard. Dmitrii still to come out, and it's a two-way race. We've got three-way race. Sean McCall, Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV, and Rustam GELMANOV in the mix.
Well, one thing you just missed there, as GELMANOV was walking past, SHARAFUTDINOV waiting in the wings with a massive grin on his face. He knows what he has to do now. Otherwise, his teammates will pick up his 5th World Cup crown.
Yeah, obviously the two guys, they travel together, they compete together. They're true competitors, and Dmitrii will be fully aware of what he needs to do. He's got 4 tries, basically. He needs...
Noguchi, in the meantime, 12 seconds. 11.
Oh! Just off. This is it. If she can't get through this section in the top, Alex PUCCIO remains in 1st place.
Alex PUCCIO, she's the one who can't even watch the wall right now. She's looking away, keeping an eye on Noguchi at the corner of her eye. This is the last chance to learn from Noguchi. She's climbed beautifully in this final. Is she going to be beaten by PUCCIO at the last minute? Away, this is Akiyo's last roll of the dice.
She's out of time now. She has to do it on this attempt. I've never seen Alex PUCCIO so speechless. Can Akiyo figure it out? Has she got enough juice?
She goes for it. She's there. Can she find the top? Can she get there? Time is dead. If she looks good, she looks very good. This could be World Cup number 14. She'll put the pressure on Juliane Byrne, that's no doubt. Oh! Well, yes! Bang, bang, bang! Noguchi leads.
Fantastic from Akiyo there. On the buzzer. The first time she got established on that volume. Incredible. She's got such good contact strength and finger strength.
She literally gave it everything. And actually, Akiyo and PUCCIO are tied. So it's going to go back to count.
Absolutely. It took Akiyo 6 goes to find the top there. And it's 4 tops from 9 for Akiyo Noguchi. 4 tops from 9 for Alex PUCCIO. 4 bonuses from 9 for Noguchi. 4 bonuses from 9 for PUCCIO. She doesn't know it yet, Alex PUCCIO, but she'll be disappointed. However, Juliane Byrne still to come. She can still win this if she does it in less than 2 goes. We'll keep an eye on SHARAFUTDINOV as well. We'll keep one eye on Angie playing at the same time as well. She is playing for pride. SHARAFUTDINOV, in the meantime, has to do this in less than 4 goes, and he will be.
And I don't think it'll take him more than 4 goes. It's going to sap his power, so if he can't do it quickly, chances are he won't do it at all. But so far looking really good, really strong.
We're going to concentrate on Dmitrii. I'll tell you how Angie Payne gets on. She is climbing for pride, but all eyes are now on the triple world champion, Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV.
So Rustam went into a shoulder here and a really hard opposing move. Dmitrii choosing the 1-2.
And it's all on this. This is the men's competition right here. SHARAFUTDINOV's tops in less. He's got 3 more attempts right now. If he does it in those 3, he's the champion. If he doesn't do it and the clock runs out, Rustam GELMANOV is the champion here in Vail.
Absolutely. Rustam's laid down the gauntlet here for Dmitrii. They're obviously great friends, and Dmitrii will be fully aware of what he needs to do. He'll be standing there going, how has Rustam done this? And if he figures out the shoulder approach, we could see Dmitrii at the top too. So Angie also running down the clock. She's taking her time, as you say, playing for pride, but she's wanting to put on a good show for the home crowd here. She's climbed so well this weekend, making it all this way.
2 minutes, 20 seconds left for SHARAFUTDINOV here between him and glory.
So Dmitrii, all eyes on him at the moment. Heels on, looking really tired. Which method is he going to go for? Oh, great effort from him. The 1-2.
I predict he's going to the top from here. He made that move look really smooth.
Yeah, and plus using that method, he's secured the bonus as well. So no risk for him even if he falls.
Champion! Champion again! The 11th World Cup crown for Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV of Russia.
Incredible, obviously coming off the back of a break from Canada, straight with a win. He's the man on form.
3 tops from 5, 4 bonuses from 6. SHARAFUTDINOV cannot be beaten. He will be the champion here in Vail.
Yeah, so the only thing left to find out now is who's going to take that final podium place. We've got Sean McCall with a flash. If he comes out and completes the next boulder in, doesn't matter how many attempts, he will secure himself the 3rd podium spot.
But the women's competition is the one that's really juicy right now. Alex PUCCIO doesn't know this right now, but
1 minute.
she is tight and it's gone on the count back though. It's very cruel for her.
Yeah.
But Juliane Byrne can still be the champion here if she does it in less than 5 attempts. And if she doesn't do it, Anna STÖHR can still be the champion if she does it in less than 3.
I mean, compared to the semi-final which we saw earlier today, this female competition is really exciting, and I think coming down to the last boulder is always the best way, giving the fans good value for money.
Definitely a lot more top speed seen in finals. We had a couple competitors in finals, like qualify for finals with no tops, so it's really exciting to see people get to the top of the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to see tops and we want to see falls, and so far tonight we've had everything. So And she's just out of time there. Fantastic show from her.
I'll just give you the permutations once again here for Juliane WURM. If she does it in less than 3 goes, she's guaranteed to be champion. If she does it in less than 5, she will be the leader. Waiting then, Anna STÖHR will still be yet to come. So Juliane WURM here, if she can do this in less than 3 goes, she will be the champion, regardless of what Anna STÖHR does. All right, John, or is it 2?
I think it's 2. I think it's 2.
Right.
If she does it in within 2 tries, she will definitely be the winner.
Because if Anna STÖHR then could do flash it and win on the countback.
Exactly.
We're getting the abacus out, the calculators out here in Vail. Alex Johnson is confused next to me.
I think we should forget about the abacus and get our magic 8 ball out. That's probably more accurate.
1 attempt down for WURM.
Of course, you've got to remember the competitors don't know exactly what is going on. They have an idea based on the crowd reaction as to who's done what, but they don't know the number of attempts, so they'll just be focusing on the priority of getting to the top.
Sean McCall fighting out for the podium position.
Yeah, this first move here really shutting him down. Really difficult, slopey holds. Worst thing to finish on, given all the levels of fatigue.
Yeah, absolutely right. Alex just mentioned your top city podiums, and you've got a decent chance on this problem, hasn't he, Alex?
I think he does. He's a really powerful climber and very good at squeezing and using his feet, and this is that kind of climb. Eula's 2 strikes down.
Yep, so if she does it now, still leaves Anna in with a shout of coming out and winning.
Absolutely. If she does it this time, she'll be 4 from 7, so it'll give Anna STÖHR 1 attempt to do it.
Sean looking pretty gassed on this final problem, struggling to figure out how he can keep the tension.
Yeah, we have a bit of a party. We have a bit of a party behind us. A few of the female competitors congratulating each other. Sean McCall still on the wall. Rustam GELMANOV is sitting front row with Alex PUCCIO. Right now they're having a chat. Another attempt gone for WURM. A rueful smile on her face, but she's struggling here, Alex.
I think she knows that she can do it. She's been close every time on that jump. I think it's maybe getting your hand in the right spot. That white hole around the corner, you can't see it, so you're kind of flying blind to it, and you have to slow yourself down enough with the right hand on the purple to be able to grab the left hand on the white, and I think she can do it.
Yeah, she can just slow that motion down and hold the swing, get established on the volume. She'll have a great chance at getting up there. Sean McCall finally hitting this second hold. If he can keep the tension through here, potentially again get himself onto the podium.
That's the 4th go, I believe, now for WURM. So if she fails this time and then tops afterwards, there won't be enough. I'm counting 4 from 10 for the German. So right now it's still Noguchi, I think, the one with all the aces.
Yeah, so Akiyo sitting pretty with 4 and 9 on count back ahead of Alex, with just Anna to come out 3 and 6. So basically, Anna, if she does it within 2 tries, is guaranteed to win. If she does it in 3 tries, she'll win and count back.
We've got a minute left for our competitors here. Eula can stick that. I'm pretty sure she's not in the running for first place anymore. Sean also knows he can do this move. It's just a matter of executing everything at the same time. His heel has got to stay and release at just the right time so he can grab that double collection. Everything's got to go at the same time.
Yeah, so Sean really struggling to figure out how he's going to get onto this bonus hold here.
I think it's too little too late for Juliane WURM now. She's had 5 goals, I've counted already.
Yeah.
So she's now playing for bronze medal.
And we're sitting here in front of some of the other athletes. We've got Rustam with a big smile on his face. He's happy with his performance today. And Alex PUCCIO as well, frustrated, but happy nonetheless.
That's all the dice for both of these climbers. On WURM, so near yet so far. It's not going to be her day. Sean McCall either. Great effort from both of these climbers. But it's not their day, and now the stage is now set for Anna STÖHR to see if she can pick up her 19th World Cup title. She has 3 strikes here
Well, yeah, it's not unlike Anna to come out and swoop the title. You know, she's done it several times before. From recollection, in fact, in Canada, it went down to the last problem as well for Anna. So she knows she's capable of doing it. She's heard some tops, and all eyes on her.
She had kind of a rough start, having to slip on problem 1, getting called off on problem 2, and it really does come down to this 4th problem, and it just goes to show that you can't bank your placing on the first 2 problems.
It's worth saying, you know, if she does take an extra go, there may still be an appeal for that attempt on women's 2, where the judge called her off. But
that'd be interesting. 6-4 goes here. That would be very interesting. Place your bets ahead of you. Does she do this in 3? That's 1 down.
Yep, 2 strikes to go.
She's got 2 tries left.
She's got 2 tries left.
I think she does it. I don't know if she does it in time, in enough tries. I do think she can get to the top of this problem.
And Kilian also
yeah, for
on the final
here,
problem.
I'm just looking here. If he flashes this, he will win the bronze medal. But
I think he's on his 2nd try already, so
I stand corrected.
Just could be playing for pride now. But great effort from him. I think he's got the right sequence. Let's see if he can get the top.
Meanwhile, Storr, strike 1 down. She's got 2 to go. She does this in 2 on this attempt, or the next one, she will win. Strike 2.
Really struggling with this move here. She's not quite figured out the position, getting very frustrated. She knows that people have topped it. The fact that she can't figure it out will be frustrating her even more, and she needs to stay relaxed and just think strategically about what the best method for her is to approach this problem.
Yeah, she's usually such a confident jumper, so it's weird to me that she's not trying to jump.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that she's trying to play the percentage game and go for the higher percentage options, but at the moment it just looks like she hasn't quite found the right position. She's caught in 2 minds whether to jump or to go static.
And now she's got to go for broke. This is the one for her. If she does it right now, she will be the champion. If she does it on the next go, unofficially, Noguchi will be the champion. We're still subject to an appeal on that first problem.
But she's up.
Now this is interesting. This is very interesting now.
And she's in the right position as well, which is
Storr
key.
could pickpocket Noguchi here and pick up a 19th title. She's away.
Looking good.
She looks very good right now. 2 moves away here from World Cup number 19. It looks dodgy. She's up 1 move away for Anna Storr.
There
Wonderful.
Well,
what quality.
We'll have to check the scoreboard to get confirmation, but by our recollection, we think that's enough for the title.
Yes, it is. It's meant to be confirmed on our computer. Anna Storr, 4 tops from 9, 4 bonuses in 7 attempts. Storr wins World Cup 19, 6 this year, John. What a record.
Absolutely, and Kilian here, obviously putting in a great turn, going for the final hold, dropping the Egyptian in.
1 minute.
Here we go. What a great way to finish. Fantastic weekend here in Vail. 2 tops to finish.
It's been a tough afternoon for Kilian FISCHHUBER, and he will finish, I think, in 1st place. But Anna Storr, on the last attempt before she went down, we're just getting confirmation here. I'm just seeing Graham Alderson run down towards the bottom end here. Now, I'm not sure, something might have happened here. Graham Alderson just sprinted all the way down to the bottom end of the DJ booth.
Yeah, and we can see Alex Puccio and Anna STÖHR, Angie Payne all congratulating each other. Anna completely unaware that she'd won. So we'll just wait for confirmation. As we say, these results are provisional at this point. Still time for appeals to be made if there are any. But at the moment, Anna STÖHR in for her 19th title. Incredible.
Yes, unofficially, Anna Storr has won World Cup number 19. 4 tops from 9. This is where we are right now. This is the women's confirmation of the women's results. Unofficially, as we stand, Anna Storr's yet to be updated on that one. They're still waiting for confirmation for it to come through, so which is why we're just wondering.
So at the moment,
sprints back, and we're just. The men's is official though. SHARAFUTDINOV wins 3 tops from 5, 3 tops from 7 for Rustam GBR. Great climb for him. Jorg Verhoeven, he will be delighted with the bronze medal. Sean McCall in 4th. Paul Robinson Kilian FISCHHUBER. I think Kilian got fifth after that last climb. Dmitrii, the champion, Alex, and well deserved as well.
I would just like to go ahead and say that I called that. Dmitrii getting first. I don't know. You're welcome.
Well, if anyone was having a little side bet, then I took Alex's advice. You're in the money.
So as we're looking at our unofficial scoreboard here, we've got Anna STÖHR, 4 tops in 9, 4 bonuses in 7, beats Akiyo Noguchi with 4 tops in 9, 4 bonuses in 9 attempts.
And Alex PUCCIO, 3rd place, 4 tops in 9, 4 bonuses in 9. In the end, it came down to 1 attempt, John. That's all it came down to. That's going to split that top 3. Here it is. It's confirmation there on the screen. Shauna COXSEY, we should mention, climbing with a bad knee,
and you know, I just want to say another thing that we called.
G'day. G'day, mate. So, actually, Akiyo, PUCCIO, and Anna are tied on tops, and Akiyo and PUCCIO's score went back to countbacks to semifinals. So,
Yeah, exactly.
That's really interesting.
So we've got a good spread of nationalities on the podium there. Obviously Anna STÖHR, Austria, Akiyo Noguchi from Japan, and Alex PUCCIO from the States. Fantastic to see her on the podium.
Obviously, a really good time for Anna and Akiyo, podiuming again. We're just talking. Just talking. Hi, everyone.
So, yep, the results are in now. They're all official. And Johnny has just left us now. He's heading up onto the stage to do some interviews with the athletes, and we're going to join him there now.
Some climbers to come and join me here in front of the advertising board. We can grab some interviews as well. John and Alex are coming to join me as well. We'll have a chat about this final in particular. A great final it was here in Vail, just as good as the one we had last week in Hamilton. Climbers are they're just preparing themselves in front of me here for the presentation. What a final again. Anna STÖHR pickpocketing another victory, 19th World Cup title for her. And as well as Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV, an 11th World Cup title for him. Just double checking as well. The guys are coming to join me just shortly here. John Partridge and Alex Johnson are just coming to have a chat. Guys, come on in. Before we get the athletes coming to join me. What a final.
Oh, absolutely incredible. I think we've seen pretty much all the boulders apart from men's 2 top. Great to see it go down to the last boulder. That's always fun for the crowd. And Anna just swooping in again for the win. Incredible.
What a talent Anna STÖHR is, isn't she?
Yeah, pulling out of nowhere. And she had such a rough start, falling off the first one and getting called off of the second one. So being able to keep her head together and pull it out in the last boulder is really impressive. That's something that not a lot of competitors can do.
Amazing though, the top 3 separated by just 1 attempt. You know, Alex PUCCIO must be disappointed.
Yeah, she will be disappointed, but that's one thing again that we called right. We said it would come down to probably the number of attempts. So fantastic effort from her making it through. She'll be bitterly disappointed with the slab in particular, I think, just slipping off the initial footholds there. But it's also worth mentioning Dmitrii coming back there, absolutely fantastic, swooping in with a great victory ahead of his compatriot Rustam.
Well, absolutely, that's going to be my next question. What a victory it was for Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV, triple world champion, showing his class.
He knew what he had to do coming out here. He knew that his teammate did the boulder and in how many attempts. So being able to turn that on and do it in the exact number of attempts is, I think, really impressive.
You watch this on the playback and you see Rustam just leaving the stage. You see SHARAFUTDINOV with a massive grin and an acknowledgement to his teammates. He knew what he had to do and he did it with ease.
Yeah, the gauntlet was laid down, and I think he probably relished that opportunity, knowing that he had to go out and top it. The nerves compared to the excitement of what he could potentially win, and just fantastic from him coming through and smashing it. And interestingly, with a different sequence to Rustam choosing to do the shoulder on the move to the volume, whereas Dmitrii choosing the dynamic 1-2, securing the bonus and taking it to the top.
Let's have a look at another climbers. Jorg Verhoeven, third place, following his second last week. He's in fine form. He must be disappointed that the bouldering season's having a 10-week break.
I know, it's Jorg's having a really good week. A second and a third place isn't bad. I think also he's kind of using this as training and motivation for the lead World Cup too. He is predominantly a lead competitor and a very, very strong one. He's won gold in the lead before, so to see him do so well in the bouldering events, his power must be up, and I think that's going to really help him in the lead competitions.
Let's chat about some other climbers. Kilian FISCHHUBER, first of all. He'll be very disappointed with his performance here. What do you think happened today for him?
Yeah, I mean, he struggled with the slab, block one, which of course put him on the back foot for the entire competition, just missing out on holding those two crimps. In fairness, he was the closest from all the other competitors, excluding Rustam and Dmitrii, who topped it. But yeah, just a few slips cost him dearly, and yeah, unfortunately, couldn't bring it home today.
Yes, it's not a hat-trick of titles here in Vail for him, but for his partner it will be for Anna STÖHR. Just put this into perspective, Alex, of what Anna's achieved this year. 6 victories in 7, and the only one she missed out was on her home turf in Innsbruck. It's just an amazing record for this Austrian climber.
It's an incredibly impressive run. Almost not unlike her teammate Jakob Schubert's last year, who won 7 lead World Cups in a row. The Austrian team is really dominating, especially the last few years. I know years back it was the French team that was sort of taking the reins. A couple generations before ours, and this generation it seems to be the Austrian team is the one to beat.
Must be something in their water, mustn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the infrastructure behind that team is pretty incredible. You know, the team management, the physio, the coaches all need to be commended. You know, the athletes, so yes, they're the ones out there performing, but they've got a huge team behind them, and I know they'll all be really excited for them back home.
We're just waiting to see, the athletes are just about to get ready by the looks of things, getting ready to start the presentations. We'll try and grab as many as we can afterwards. The MC is just running around here. The organiser as well, just running around. A little bit of confusion going on. The route setters, by the way, and a few of the volunteers having a go on these problems. Let's have a chat about the route setting, actually. Fair competition?
Yeah, absolutely. I think throughout all the rounds, the competitors have been challenged. Female semi-finals was obviously disappointing with the amount of tops there to get through into the finals, but they turned it around for final here with 4 tops in 9 attempts, which is incredible. And then with the men, probably a similar semi-final, similar to the female semi-final, and not many tops, but Dmitrii coming in with 3. So I think the route setters will be happy. They've had a good spread of results, and that's ultimately what we need. We need a split, and they've achieved that today.
You agree? They got it right?
I do think the route setters are going to be a lot happier with how the finals went than the semi-finals. There were no tops. I mean, not none, but a lot of no-top advances in the semifinals, and I think that the route setters are going to be really excited to see tops. Everyone wants to see tops. That's what gets the crowd psyched, so it's really cool that we had so many tops.
More from these guys shortly. I'll try and get a few interviews from climbers as well, but I'm going to throw it back to Timmy O'Neill, the MC here, ahead of the presentations.
Okay, here we go. We are ready indeed. Okay, the presentations will be made by the International Federation of Sport Climbing Technical Delegate, Graham Alderson, for the medals, and USA Climbing CEO, Mary Claire Brennan, for the trophies for first place and prize money. In third place, from the Netherlands, please welcome Jorg Verhoeven. A round of applause.
My mental training.
It's been a sketchy season for you, hasn't it? You know, a few finals and a couple of semi-finals, but this second place now, you must feel you're back near to your best.
But before this competition, I think I won it, but Dmitrii a little bit stronger than me, and I think this is really normal for sport. But this season not good for me. This is not secret.
What, you got the European Championship to look forward to?
Yes, I'm training for European Championships. Of course, it's important start in this year.
Fantastic, Rustam. Many congratulations, and I hope the Chinese tea worked.
Thank you, and thank you very much for my girlfriend.
Well done to you, Rustam.
No, not girlfriend, for my wife.
Well done, Rustam. Well done to you. So many climbers here around. They're still on the wall. I'm just trying to find Jorg Verhoeven, who I believe is still here somewhere. Alex Puccio just coming to join me. Alex, podium finish once again. Your thoughts on the competition as a whole?
I got at the slabs. I had fun. I kind of had, I don't know, I think I had it in the bag a little bit and messed up on the first one. I can't believe we all three tied on an attempts to tops. And then I think the first one I just messed up quite a few times on the starting hold, and then so I'm getting up there, and I think just take the positives and look forward to Munich. So I'm excited.
Again, every cloud has a silver lining, but I gotta say on the bad thing first, it was just one attempt, and you would have won a World Cup here. All three of you tied. It must be gutting in a way.
Well, I think the thing that's gutting is I basically flashed the first one when I figured out how to do the first move, and I'm the only one that couldn't figure it out in that amount of time, so I felt like a little bit silly. And then when I figured it out, I was like, I said after that, I was like, it's gonna come back to haunt me, and it came back to haunt me. So.
But again, on the other side of the coin, it's another podium finish, a third place here in front of your home crowd. It's a great effort.
I think it was like my third place this year, and I was like, I think I just like third place. You know, I think I like staying here. I make sure I stay here. Hopefully I get better. So. Yeah.
What now for you for the next 10 weeks before Munich?
I'm going to go climbing outside here in Colorado until like the 24th at least, and then meet up with my amazing fiance Chris back in England in July, and then after that I think there's the BBCs. Going to do that, and then I don't know, climb outside a bunch, getting re-energize your mind.
Alex, many congratulations. It's the third place, but still it's a podium finish. And I know you're pleased inside. Well done.
Thank you.
Still trying to find Anna Storr, who is still here. John Partridge has just found her, and now she's running over to me. Anna, many congratulations. What can I say? Just talk me through that last problem, because did you know at the back of your mind how many you may have needed?
No, I had no idea. I thought if I do the last problem, I'd be in third position for sure. So I was psyched to get onto the podium actually. And when I was on the top and I came down, Alex told me you won, and I was like, no, you won. But yeah, I mean, I guess it all came down to attempts, and it was pretty close. Like, I don't know what to say really.
Well,
Check.
well, we were flabbergasted in the commentary box and of how we knew that you needed to do it on this one, but when it comes down to handling pressure, do you feel now that you are one of the best in the business at doing so? When you need to pull out a climb on the last problem, a lot of the time you do so.
Well, honestly, this time I didn't even know that I had the chance to win. As I said earlier, I thought if I do it, I'll be in third position. I didn't think that I could still win the comp. But normally, I guess I'm pretty good with handling the pressure, but this time I just, I had no idea.
What is it about Vail and you? Winner here now 3 years in a row. Just describe it, what it means to you. Now your 19th World Cup title.
Yeah, it definitely means a lot to me to win here in Vail, because it's always, the crowd's always really psyched, and yeah, it's cool to climb in front of this crowd, and also the problems suit me very well normally. I have a dynamic style just like Alex PUCCIO, and yeah, I think that style suits me pretty well.
What now for you between now and Munich? It's a bit of a break now for the boulders, a summer break. What are you going to be doing for the next 10 weeks?
Well, first for me it's back to school until the end of July, not too long, and then I'll go to the Rocklands and climb outside a lot, and then I'll go to Munich.
And then after that, Eindhoven for the European Championships. Would you put yourself now as one of the favourites to pick up that title in Eindhoven?
Well,
after your performance this season?
I would say since I've won 6 out of 7 events, I guess I will be the favorite, but also with such a long break in between, you can't really say, yeah, you can't say anything about it yet, but right now I'm psyched for the break, I'm psyched to climb outside, and then I'll be psyched again for Eindhoven.
Fantastic. Anna, how are you going to celebrate this evening?
Well, I know, since I've been 6 times to Vail, I know quite a lot of clubs, so we'll have fun for sure.
Anna, many congratulations. Well done again, World Cup number 19.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Anna STÖHR there, winning number 19. John, if you could just come and join us very quickly, Alex is still here somewhere. 19 World Cups now for Alex PUCCIO. It is, you're here.
Anna STÖHR.
Anna STÖHR, I'm doing beg your pardon, I keep getting confused with Alex here, who just jumped in. Anna STÖHR, 19 World Cup titles, it's just an amazing achievement, isn't it?
It's not bad, is it? I mean, it's incredible. Churning out another win, 6 this season, I think. So already winning, already pretty much guaranteed to win overall, I believe. Just incredible. And the fact that it came down to the last boulder, last attempt, just shows the quality that she's got. Really, she can just continue to go right until the end of the competition. Fantastic.
And Dmitrii, Alex, would you put now Dmitrii and Anna favourites for the European title later this year?
Yeah, of course. I think that would be a really, really safe bet, for sure. Both really consistent competitors, both super strong, both able to kind of pull it out in the end. They both knew what they had to do, and they did it. Yeah, for sure.
Your highlights of the weekend for you?
Highlights of the weekend, probably, I think for me, Anna, from a commentary point of view, we knew what was going on, so Anna topping to win, definitely for me my highlight. And then I think for the men, Jorg coming in third. I think he's just been so consistent and he's climbed so well. Came through, had a problem earlier on in the comp, and then came through to destroy the third boulder and earn his place in the podium.
Alex, your highlight?
I'm biased, obviously, but highlight for me would be Angie getting into finals. That was really exciting. It's really cool to see one of my closest friends in the finals, and yeah. Trying to think of a specific move. Akiyo kind of like turtling, topping out the second boulder in finals. That was kind of funny.
So what now for you two over the next 10 weeks? You're going to be heading to Munich, no doubt, for the next 10 weeks, but British Championships for you first?
Yeah, so we've got our British Championships first weekend in July, so I'm going to get back to work and back to training, but we've got a nice break. Looking forward to it.
And Alex, when's the next time we're going to see you on a wall?
In a competition? I'm not sure. Moving into my trailer and kind of hitting the road, climbing outside, so we'll see where the competitions take us.
the thing you just said is Sean McCall chasing young Verhoeven with a water pistol, but anyway, we'll let them have the fun. That is it here in Vail, Colorado, USA. The next time you'll see climbing here on your screens will be in Baku, in Azerbaijan, for a speed competition, and Daniel will be in the chair to lead you through that in a couple of weeks' time. My thanks to Alex Johnson and to John Partridge, and on behalf of me, Johnny Bryan. This night belongs, though, to Dmitrii SHARAFUTDINOV and Anna STÖHR, as they were victorious in Vail. From all of us here, thanks for joining us. Bye for now. Guys, thank you. Pleasure. Beautiful. Let's have a drink.